Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 33 of the smobcast. So we uh, we don't have much to talk about like in game because we do have like the two reruns that got announced. We got Summer 6 rerun that's actually going on right now, and then we also got an arcade rerun in a like better part of a month. I'm glad about the summer event, but there's not really anything to talk about with it because we could talk about the servants, but literally like the second episode of the podcast was talking about those exact servants, so it was like, yeah, I don't want to retread old content for no reason. Uh, so that's what's on that, and then like aside from that, we just don't have much going on there. So today we're just gonna talk. We're gonna debate stuff. Rio
Debate
actually,
club.
yeah. Rio actually suggested live murder, but I'm not sure about that one. I don't think I could get monetized for that one. And yeah,
Maybe
uh,
next episode. Maybe next episode. Maybe
yeah,
the dark web the dark web special.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So yeah. Anyways, hello guys.
Hello. I did want to add for Summer 6, they added extra dialogue for if you've cleared id. Okita Alter, when talking about John Alter, has new dialogue.
Yeah, that
So,
is really cool. I didn't even know
They went
that.
back and they added some extra stuff. I mean, it's just some text changes, but wasn't that misinformation? Really? I saw it on Twitter like 3 times in Japanese.
Uh,
Was I misinformed? Oh no. I thought it was
Okay.
neat.
Maybe okay. I can make it neater. So maybe when they wrote Summer 6, they already had the plan of id, and it was just like now that people finally get what they mean.
Oh.
Ah,
I think they're planning
that's
that far ahead.
Yeah.
That's because I was through. Summer 6 was like 3+ years ago.
Yeah, that
Shocking.
I refuse to believe that. Like Nasu couldn't even decide what he wants like Lost World 7 to be or the Traum.
The Lost Belt 6 and Lost Belt 7 and Trom all changed dramatically like 5 weeks before they shipped.
Yeah, he couldn't even decide on what he wants those to be. And then the Mahoyo collab is like, oh, let's just spoil a non-existent story,
Yeah, that's not so. That's half
which
the
is
fun.
cool. I think that's really cool though, because like, anyways.
yeah. So I thought up like one topic for us to talk about because I don't know. But the other two have some more. They both have at least twice as many as I do, which is not saying much, but I am thankful for them. But who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All
So
right.
my first one is split into 2 parts.
Okay.
First part. Now everyone's always talking about, oh, this character's the worst, right? But if whether for just quality or redundancy, what if you had to pick 3 characters to delete from FGO that are SRs, what 3 would you remove?
That are SRs.
Yes. And the second part is SSRs. But the first part, because I don't think about SSRs right now. If you had to remove 3 SRs from the game, what 3 would you remove?
Let me pull up my list here.
So there's there's 2 interesting way to look at this question, right? So you can obviously remove like servants that you deem are garbage or pointless, but you could also remove servants that you think are very relevant but disruptive to the current game. You're gonna be like, oh, this character ruins everything. Screw that guy. You could also remove that character. So I think it's interesting.
Yeah, you
That
know
is
what?
true.
I got an idea. I would delete caster shooting from the game so they would add a summer one. They would have no excuse.
So you
That is
think
That's a
you think if they
third way
remove
to think of
caster
it.
shooting, Yeah, true. Well, no. Oh, I did. When me and Plus were talking about this, we were like, no touching welfares.
Dang.
So,
Dang.
Yeah.
right? Because
I get it.
welfares are too easy game to say to remove.
Yeah.
Eh,
Also, what's to say?
Yeah, let's-
that just because
Let's
they
get
have
rid of the only single target caster welfare.
just because they have Halloween shooting, who's to say they can't make summer shooting? I mean, they made summer
I mean,
Buki.
Yeah, what?
So here's what
jeez.
We don't
kickstarted
have-
this to me for one to remove was Yamanami Keisuke, who I
Oh,
think
damn.
is the most redundant and worthless SR in the game. He serves no purpose.
Dang.
Wow.
Well, we talked about him. I think he is just really underpowered. They were very scared of giving him anything, and like I think he would maybe be decent if he doesn't have restrictions on his MP. Like 50% crit for 3 turns is really good, universally. It's kind of like a mini Van Gogh, you know. If
Yeah,
like the
He's like Van Gogh, but worse.
he's like Van Gogh, but way worse because like there's less Shinsengumi people than existence outside the domain, and like if it's not a Shinsengumi character, then he just straight up doesn't give crit up. I guess this kind of brings to another thing where I much rather trait-based buffers already do something even without traits, but do it better with traits. And I wouldn't like someone like Keisuke who straight up drops a part of his kit if it's not matching the trait.
So,
like for
to be
yeah.
fair about them, about who he buffs, it's easier to justify using who he's buffing it just in general because like none of the not that I can think of, none of them are just always going to be at neutral. Like there's berserkers and there's sabers. That's basically who it's going to be with, and you can rationalize using a saber with them. Whereas with Van Gogh, she's basically always going to be like if you're supporting existence outside the domain for whatever it's worth, you're going to be neutral basically all the time because that's basically for the most part it's just foreigners.
Well, but imagine though. So Keisuke's buffs on a Shinsengumi is at MP5 60% attack up, which not terrible, and 50% crit.
Yes.
Versus Van Gogh, who is
Well,
a
I mean,
technical 40% attack up.
Well,
Actually,
one's a 4-star
I'm sorry,
and the
Van
other's
Gogh
a
is-
5-star.
I know. Actually, I'm sorry. Van Gogh is not 40% attack up. I was stupid. Van Gogh is 80% attack up and 100% crit. So, but Van Gogh, that's general usage. See, but that's the thing though, is Keisuke hitting his niche versus Van Gogh hitting everyone. There are 4-stars that when they hit their niche outperform 5-stars all the time. Like what's her name? Ruler Girl. Crap, my mind's blanking. Luvia, but I forgot Estrella. That's the one.
I guess it's
Estrella-
not that comparable as one is anti-trade. I thought you were gonna mention like Yui or
Oh, no, but like Yui as well. I mean, yeah, if we want to get into that, like Yui, has like conditionals, but like 4-stars when
Santa
they hit,
Martha.
Santa Martha. 4-stars when they hit their traits or their niches, usually outperform 5-stars at base. That's what makes 4-stars kind of usable in FGO to a general degree, is that they usually have something that allows them to perform highly, right? Or at least the ones that are rated good have something like that. But Keisuke, even when he's hitting his niche, doesn't do as well as a servant just existing, right?
Yeah.
And that's
again,
what
I think that's more so just like Van Gogh's really broken than him just being bad.
Right, but unfortunately, his competition is Van Gogh. Like, so, but
It's
the only
again,
servant who
like
does
it's
something
4-star
similar.
versus 5-star. Like it's not fair to just say like, okay, she's like miles better than him.
I think
Well,
it is fair
again,
because he's operating in his niche, and she is not. I think that him and his niche
So
should, if his MP, and here's how you
I
make
think
him.
Yui's a more fair comparison, but
Here-
like yeah.
Here's how I would fix him to make him not terrible. Just simply just buff his MP, make it so that it has a base 50% crit up, and then 50% more for Shinsengumi. That way, Shinsengumi get 100% crit,
yeah,
which
I'm
means
not
he's then
opposed
a
to
lower
that.
cost alternative to Van Gogh for them, and without losing anything.
I
Also,
mean,
I
I'm
would
not opposed
just
to that. Another thing to consider is you're kind of just labeling it as like you only get that amount of buffs. You're not going to get anything more than that. When one really strong point about him is he gets his NP fairly easily, so getting him to NP multiple times in a row is very reasonable. Because he's got like 30% arts, 30% quick, he's got 20% NP gain, and he already has pretty decent stats at base. And then he makes stars.
it is really funny though how similar his, because like he has evade for the party and a heal, and Van Gogh has evade for the party and a heal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing he has that, you know, he does apply NP gain up, and he does do a 20% charge, where Van Gogh doesn't do any 20% any charge for the party.
It's 20% for himself, actually.
It's not party.
No.
It's not party.
Oh
That's why
my
it's horrible.
gosh.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I'm
what,
gonna be honest.
That's what I'm comparing it to.
I'm gonna be
It's-
honest. If they made it so it was like 30% AOE instead of 20% self, I think he'd be perfectly fine.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
because
I mean, yeah.
as it
Well, 30%
stands,
AOE is very premium.
I
Yeah,
think
like-
he is the worst SR in the game as it stands. And I think if you had like even the garbage ones, if you want to use them as DPS, fine, you can suffer through that. But like I just think that a support that sucks at supporting is just worse. It feels more offensive because
I understand your point, because it's like there's almost no way to force him to be like, because like with a DPS you can always kind of force them, like you can just dump stats into them, you can use very powerful supports, especially nowadays they patch up things so well, like patches up character weaknesses, you can force them to do something. It's a lot harder to force a support to do something, even though I know he can DPS. So like,
and they said worse than Castor Marie. I would say yes, because here's the thing with Castor
no,
Marie.
I don't think it's worse
she
than
may
Castor.
be terrible, but what if, you know, you can 120 her, you can give her class score, you can put her with double Castoria, and guess what? She'll still be able to, you know,
Would she?
she'll be able to do some damage. I think.
Would she? Well, some
No,
damage.
she won't be a lot.
she has
yeah,
the thing
it won't
is
be
she
the
has
greatest, but you can brute force it.
she
You
has a
can brute
damage
Yeah,
force
yeah.
Castor Marie.
That's it.
That's the thing is,
Yeah,
but
she has a damaging MP. Yeah, that
she has
is the
damage
whole
MP.
thing.
That's the thing is you can brute force it with her. It's not great, and it won't be good, but if you really wanted to use her as your main DPS, if you really like Marie Caster, I think you could brute force her easier than you can brute force Keisuke.
Probably.
And
I
everyone
mean-
forgets Keisuke is in the game. Like,
No.
honestly, you can act like.
Well, yeah,
I
that's
forgot-
because it's a JP event. Like, I mean,
No, no.
people will forget eventually again, but like to be fair, the bulk of players we talked to did not play that event.
I mean,
And
even in JP, I feel like he's forgotten.
I mean,
He-
he wasn't he one of the top picks for the SR ticket, or like at least according to App Media.
Probably
I think he was,
because
like,
he's
number
rare.
4.
And yeah, I mean, okay, I understand. The thing really is just like he said, it's just like you already kind of have to incentivize someone to use a support over all the quote unquote meta supports. Like it's hard to even convince people to use someone like Yui Shosetsu, which we already explained multiple times, like why her numbers are a bit ridiculous in terms of if we just look at offensively. So like when you have a subpar like support, it's very hard to like convince people to want to use him at all. The only way to convince people to use him is probably make him as his main DPS, which like it's not crazy good. I guess it's not horrible, but yeah.
I also think his kid is just misaligned because he has too selfish. Like his that second skill is selfish, and then like I feel like if that was like a party thing, it would help. I don't know how much of it, because most Shinsengumi are not.
I mean, you can
Like,
say the same
are there
thing
any
about
arts Shinsengumi actually?
there is Saito. Saito is that. I think it's just more so like classes that justify it, because he doesn't really have a specific card type that he supports.
Yeah.
It's just attack buffs and crit buffs, for the most part.
One interesting thing is if you go up and it's not like an official metric or anything, but it is fun to sometimes look up on Rayshift to see how many 120s show up. And there's like 15 120 Keisuke's. But I think the funniest thing is like the first 120 Keisuke profile I opened also has a 120 Constantine. And I was like,
Damn.
oh, I get this guy's vibe.
Non-damaging MP squad, you know. Like,
yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, if they give him 100% crit instead of 50, it'd help. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if they buffed his NP, like, so if they were gonna buff his NP, like, they could easily fix him. I
think if they buff his MP, what will end up happening is he'll just become the DPS.
No, like, how would that, like...
So
He'll just use him as crit DPS.
So
With his MP.
again, something I already said, like, he spams his NP pretty easily. Like, in a team or out of a team, like, he uses it a lot.
Does
So,
he, though, like, you have to use his cards quite a bit to...
yeah, and why would you not use his cards? You're applying crit buffs.
Because you're supporting the other DPS. You want to use their cards.
Yeah, and they have 5. They don't have 15. They don't have
like,
9.
You're at the mercy of RNG for that.
Yeah,
What
you're
if-
gonna
what
look.
if his
Look,
hand
you're
come-
gonna
his
be at
cards
the
come up?
you're gonna be at
What
the
if-
mercy of RNG with Van Gogh as well. Okay,
Yeah,
but we're
Van
not
Gogh, I don't
considering
need
that.
MP twice. But like,
Well,
imagine
yeah.
like his 2 arts cards come up at the same time as Nobu Avengers 2 Buster cards come up.
Nobu's
You're
not even
picking
Shinsengumi, bro. This is
Oh wait,
full
sorry, not
Japanese.
Shinsengumi, not Nobu. What was I? Hijikata. Sorry, I was thinking. My mind drew. I was thinking Hijikata, and for some reason my mind drew. But Hijikata's 2 Buster cards come up. You know, you're gonna pick the Hijikata's Buster cards over what's his name, Keisuke. I don't know. So that's why, if I had to, he would be the first SR I would just delete from the game if I had to pick 3.
I think he has potential for buffs, so I actually don't want to delete him from the game.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a huge fan of this kind of question because I don't want to delete anyone from the game. Like, I already have a hard time picking favorites with things, and like picking least favorites, I feel is a bit harder for me, especially since we have 400 servants now.
But yeah, so you don't have to be worried about hurting people's feelings. Okay, so here's my pick.
Yeah, who's your pick?
Someone got
Summer
auto filtered on in chat because he said I hate foreigner. Oh my god.
Racism, bruh.
Oh no, we just hate foreigners so
Yeah,
much.
it's funny because like he's talking about a French person. Yeah, we all hate French people, don't we?
True. It'll also filter if you try to talk about how you hate the French.
Dang.
Which we do, of course. But Summer Gareth, Summer Gareth, I think is unsalvageable without an entire kit rework. So I don't disagree.
So the reason why I don't like Summer Gareth is because of redundancy, right? Like, maybe I stole this from like one of your picks, but like, she is just very uninspired. Her kit is like very similar to Gawain. Like, everybody calls her small Gawain. I think it's a little bit different because honestly, I think her like Sunfield thing is a little bit better, because it's not one turn, but at the same time she doesn't benefit that much from being under the sun compared to Gawain. So I just think, like,
What do you mean does she get from the Sunfield? Oh, she gets
extra attack
a
on
1
MP.
turn attack up.
Yeah, she basically doesn't get anything extra
I
from
don't
Sunfield.
think
So
she's that hard to salvage. I think if you give her a pretty decent, like maybe an NP buff or something, then
Well, here's the thing.
again,
Yeah.
she's going to be competing with Gawain and Vargas, but like one thing you could justify her over them is like you can make it so she has
more
an NP.
sun-based stuff.
A what?
Basically, she gets more off of sun because like I
Well,
the only advantage I
so
see her
part of it,
over Gawain is she has 3
no,
turns sun.
I'm more so saying like making her NP better because like she's already in a place where she can get her NP more often because she has a Buster Arts deck instead of a Buster deck, and
Yeah.
then she has like the Arts buff and like, uh, yeah, if they could make it so she can do more NPs and have it be more worthwhile, but as it stands, her NP is kind of worse than the other two's NPs, honestly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there's
I
two
just don't like her
things-
because of redundancy. Like I can't really come up with anything interesting.
I can't.
Like
So her skill 3 has a useless effect of applying burn on hits, right? But none of her kit interacts with burn targets.
yeah.
What if, like, one, buff her NP, make it so that these attack ups are ramp up so they last 3 turns, and make it so that she does extra damage to burn targets?
Ew. No, we already saw that with Dante's. Please don't. This sounds cancer. Anyways,
Well,
it
I
would-
mean,
it would
she
make
doesn't
her-
stun on NP, so like it's a little more fair with her.
yeah, and she's also AOE, so she can't take advantage of all targets if it's tied to MP.
definitely
guess.
help is if, you know, on burn targets. What? Because like she has no interaction with that. That burn is just useless. It's like, why does that exist?
Yeah, a lot of those like lore-based dot application are just very like even for characters like I gotta be real. Like even as much as I want to say it has very niche uses, like sometimes even characters like Koyan Dark, like it doesn't really feel that useful. Like she already has one of the best ones, but like it
Oh,
like
her dot spam. Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, but like it's sometimes it still doesn't really feel that great. It's just the nature of dot, unfortunately. Like and sometimes you don't want a servant's kit to be built around dot because like another complaint for like Bavanshi, for example, Archer, like her fuck her entire kit, her MP, like a big part of her MP's effects is wasted on dot, and like if you don't want to use that playstyle, it's just very useless, and it's just yeah. I mean I think that really is more fundamentally with like how dot works. Like unless you have anti dot, it just feels really bad a lot of times, unfortunately. So yeah.
yeah, it is a thing to say that the AoE Buster Saber field has, for 4 stars especially, has some of like the strongest, because one, you have Saber Alter there. You have Siegfried, who's been buffed out the wazoo. You got Gwaine and Bargist. And then you have Gareth. So you put her with, it's like, you know, they're all sitting there at the table, and Gareth's sitting there like smacking the table with paint all over, like an absolute toddler. Like everyone else is there being all, you know, calm and collected, and she's like the toddler in the corner. You know, I don't know. She's just like her competition is so much outclassed.
Yeah.
I do agree that if she was removed from the game, then we can get Summer Gareth too.
Oh my
Like,
god.
Fix her and put her out.
Like the thing is like with more and more servants coming into the game, like their kit has to be better and better because or like more and more unique. Their kit has to either be better or more unique. Otherwise, they're just gonna feel like worse versions or like redundant versions of existing servants, and the chances of them getting buff is really low. Her being a summer servant's actually like I'm actually going to. I know they do buff summer servants. I still think it's really rare compared to normal servants, and like I genuinely believe like her chance of getting buffed is really low. And it's just like I don't know. I could be completely wrong and they just buffer this Annie, and I'm gonna shut up. But yeah, I think unfortunate character. I have a lot of picks that are actually summer servants, but yeah. Anyways, that was my pick. So if you don't feel like answering, yeah, you don't.
Yeah, that's fine. If you don't have the same vitriol that we have
You can have
towards some of
the
these
you can be
servants.
the
Yeah.
defense attorney of
Yeah,
these.
you're like, no, I
these,
disagree. They should
exiled.
live, and I'm like, no, kill him.
Yeah, you can be the defense attorney of
Kill.
these characters.
Kill. That's Steve Harvey. It's like
Yeah.
kill.
Yeah.
That's me every time a servant I don't like comes out. That's me every time Cosner Drop isn't announced as the next servant.
She's not okay.
Brimart is a
gonna be the
copy-paste
anniversary servant, I
Bradamante.
swear.
Why do people keep saying that?
Who
Like-
keeps saying that? No, I've never heard anyone but me say that as like a massive cope
No,
thing.
no. A lot of people say Britomart is copy paste
Yeah,
Bradamante.
like they're both
No,
AoE quick
did-
lance
did-
suits. That's it.
Do you know what's the funny thing?
Oh,
In terms of
Britomart.
gameplay,
Sorry, I thought you
they're
were
not
going off about my
at all.
Cosner Drop cope.
Oh no.
Britomart and Bradamante.
In terms of lore, they are.
Yeah,
in terms of
because
lore,
well, I mean,
they are.
yeah, one's based off of the other, so like
Yeah, but
obviously, but
I do think
gameplay-wise,
like
no.
they're not that similar in gameplay at all, to be honest. But yeah, like that's my take. Like I've defended Britomart multiple times. I don't think she's like amazing, but I think she's like actually pretty solid. But like it's just yeah, like
I think that Britomart's main problem is just aesthetic. Is that the fact that her Ascension 1 doesn't have its own MP is the
it's
problem.
fun, dude. Okay, I'm be real, right? Like nobody complained with like I don't know. I feel like there are other servants that can have the same like criticism. Like people
Right, but
just
Britomart's it's a giant suit of armor. I feel, and it's like, what if someone really likes that armor? It's like MHXX stays in her armor in MP1.
like
Or stage
okay,
one.
yeah, but like
Windows
okay, that's just
security.
like one small nitpick on the aesthetics. I think she is the most overhated character. Right?
Well, that's because she also just looks like generic hentai elf character. Like I don't think the
Is-
design is very
Dude,
interesting.
is there-
we haven't gotten a generic hentai elf character in the game.
dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's wrong with her being a generic elf? It's not like we have a lot of those in the
No,
game.
Huyenjo is good. anyways.
Like, the best thing we got on that.
Also, she's intruding on the fairy knights. That's what's offensive to
that
me.
that is
That's
the
the real
actual
pro-
reason
that's the
people
ac-
hate her. That is the actual reason people hate her, because they're like, oh, but she doesn't deserve to be a fairy knight. Okay, sure, dude. Like, it doesn't look. Just because people have fairy knight superiority syndrome doesn't mean that, you know, they should. I don't know. I think she is overhated for absolutely no reason. It is just like there are nitpicks, but the nitpicks against her are not overwhelming compared to some other characters, right? Like people just don't like her because she's easy to make fun of, and because some very like irresponsible, frankly, content creators made
Ooh.
videos on it, right? Like for
Ooh.
example, let me
Blushy
let's
mistress.
pull up this video here. Fuck, you ruined my joke.
Oh.
But
Yeah,
but-
I know you're not gonna go in that hard on any content creator other than yourself.
but yeah, like honestly, this video did way more. Like if you can pull up the thumbnail, I don't know, or take a screenshot. Like this video, like did more harm than good. I'm not gonna say it's all me because I don't think I get like that many views. How many views did this get? Holy shit! Hold on. 42,000. Okay, it's pretty bad. But
I mean,
like,
I also made this this
Okay.
video.
okay, so see, like some very irresponsible content creators
Like
made
me.
videos talking
but we
about
did the
it.
same joke.
Like,
Yeah, 'cause
like
Am
some
I
very,
the
very-
only person on here who didn't make a slander video for her?
Okay, at that time, I'm gonna be honest. I was a little this was right after Summer 7, right?
Yeah.
And they released 3 quick AoE servants with 30% batteries. now in hindsight, they all function very differently and they all do very different things. And you know what? They're all actually pretty good in hindsight. But at the time, it felt like we were getting just
The same
kind of
shit.
all. This was also in the time period where we didn't have like a single target SSR for
For
a
a long time,
long
yeah.
time, and I
Yeah.
was really wanting a single target SSR, and I was getting really annoyed at because like the first single target SSR we got, wasn't it Draco?
It was
We didn't get
It
a
was
single target
Draco.
SSR from
Was it-
Super Bunyan till
Yes.
Draco.
It
There was
was
no
Draco,
single
yes.
target SSRs, and I was getting really annoyed at AoE. And then they released 3 AoE quick with 30% batteries in a row, and I'm like really annoyed. Like they released single target SRs, like in that same time frame, we got some of the best single target SRs. We got Creamhill, we got Erisay, we got
That's it.
Creamhill and Erisay were really good, but you know what? Those two are like super good.
But what does Ares say?
Ares says that you're saying it wrong if you say Ares.
Eris.
Ares. Oh my gosh. Look, I'm
Like-
just reading it as it's written in Japanese there. It says say,
Do-
so I'm gonna say
do they
Ares
even-
until I die.
Do they even say it that way in Japanese though?
No, it's Erise.
Yeah, Erise.
It
Do
is
they?
it is in fact Erise. I
But
think.
do they actually?
They do. Look, all right, we can pull up the. Wait, is there anyone that says her name?
No,
Like, look at her
I-
summon line.
I
Hold
don't
on,
feel like it.
Oh well, I feel like I'm pulling it up right now. I'm gonna listen to her. I'm gonna
Okay.
listen
But
to
yeah. But yeah, I think Brittle Mart is overhated. I think we did talk about this quite a bit, but
Yeah,
like
we got.
that.
I think we got a little off topic.
That's true
anyways.
because we were talking about SRs, not SSRs.
So who do you want to? You don't want to delete anyone.
Yeah.
Like,
There's
I
no
mean,
one who
I
you
got-
think is
like-
redundant or
So-
bad for the game that exists.
So like I know I said caster shooting earlier, but like the justifications I can think for picking certain servants is just like just throw it away and make a whole new one. But
That's
like I
valid.
don't know if that's
That's valid. If you think their
that's valid.
interpretation
Yeah.
is bad, you
That
think
is
that they should
valid.
throw it out and make a new version. Because if you think their kid is unsalvageable, that's why I was like with Summer Gareth. I'm like, throw
Again,
Summer
like-
Gareth out and make Summer Gareth too. Like,
Sure,
I
you know
can't
what?
really-
I'll give you Summer Shoot then. I think it's fine. We can talk about Summer Shoot.
Okay. Yeah. Can we also get a system where you can refund grails? Because I already gave her 5.
oh,
Well,
No, it's 7
wait,
actually.
5s. I was gonna say you stopped at 96.
No.
Yeah, I know. You gave her you 100er. Ooh, at least you didn't 120er. Well, maybe she might do something at 120.
I could 120 her, but I can't justify it because I'm not a fan of her gameplay.
There are
Like, I have
3
enough
pages.
coins for it, but
There are 3 pages of 120 shooting casters in JP. I mean, 30 people of 120 shooting caster.
I mean
My
she's a
worst-
welfare. It's a lot easier too.
Yeah. My
Is
worst
Coin shop.
level 100 is 9 Tattoo Elizabeth.
Your first
I
100.
think worst 100.
Oh, your
Most
worst
forget credit.
100. Oh, yeah.
Yes. I
obviously
think
worst.
I definitely should have given it to Ryder Liz. That was the
Damn.
wrong Elizabeth. Like their gameplay is just it goes from what the fuck to this like invalidates some SSRs, right? Like it is very well, not invalidate, but like it is very different in terms of their power level, and unfortunate.
I
What
think
drove
that
you to do it in the first place? It's a new Elizabeth. That's it. It's a new.
I think you
it's a
could
new Liz.
120 Ryder Liz and be very set. Actually,
Yeah, but I don't want to.
why not?
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for I don't know Summer Koyan. What if we get 2?
What if
What if we get a darker? What if we get a dark and a light one?
Here's my cope for this summer is it's good because it's locked behind.
But this is a later topic.
it-
Anyway.
it's oh fine. Well, I'll save it.
Hey,
Anyway,
it's fine. It's fine. I think
no,
it's already
I'll hold it.
over.
I'll hold off. I'll hold
Okay,
off.
so caster shit.
So caster shoot, I do think
Yeah.
caster shooting is mid, to say the least. What does she even do that's like her first skill is
She-
terrible.
Anti-demonic.
She does good single target demonic damage. That's basically it.
For
her
one
s-
turn.
Her second skill is not good. It's like 6-turn cooldown, and you get Buster Arts for 1 turn, and
Oh, that's
an
terrible.
absorb
If they
for
buff
1
that
turn.
to 3-turn, that might be fine.
That is
Yeah,
a
I mean,
lot of
honestly,
damage.
what I was thinking was like, put a battery on it, put three turn stuff on it, like that'd be really nice. But they didn't buffer at all.
Why'd they do that? That's terrible. Because like, how about this? Change your NP to arts. 13 hits. Imagine.
No.
It's just Queen of Sheba too.
Yeah, but it has a lot of hits though.
And she's a
And
free
her-
NP5.
Yeah, it's free
Actually,
MP.
to be fair though, Queen of Sheba does refund a decent amount.
And she has battery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and she just doesn't. Dude, Sheba synergizes better with Buster supports than Caster Shooting does, because she has
Caster
one
Shooting only
Buster
has
card.
one Buster card. That's terrible. They gave her the
Oh,
caster
yeah.
deck.
And
Why?
then like when people use double Vitch with someone, they like double stacking buffs, and she only has 1 skill. And granted, it's her best skill that can double stack, but like
the anti-demonic.
yeah,
That's
that is a pretty
never mind,
considerable
anti-demonic
amount, to be
is-
fair, because it's like
Remember?
100% anti-demonic, and yeah, but like, I mean, Sheba's got, you can double the attack buff, you can double the Buster Arts for a turn, and then you also get to have 100% crit for a couple times. It's a shame.
She does have kind of a bad kit. I'm surprised they haven't buffed her.
Yeah.
Well,
Like-
I feel like for a lot of these welfares, if like you didn't get buffed during the evocation, it's just a death sentence. Like
Yeah.
honestly,
If they didn't buff her during evocation, like what are they gonna do? And so her time's already passed.
she's the first evocation, by the way, right? I'm pretty sure she was the first batch with Kintoki and who was the other one?
Rider Cats.
Kentucky
Not
and
Rider Cats. Ruler
Santa
Cats.
Cats.
Ruler Cats. Yeah.
Yeah, and Kentucky, everyone's like, "Oh, so good," and then, like, I'm gonna be honest. Do you actually use like Kentucky? Like, I don't know. Kentucky Rider, I think, is one of those servants that was like, it was like a mythological like being or something like that, where people were like in awe
yeah.
and in reverence of it. But like in reality,
Yeah.
he's okay, but like you're not really gonna use him that much.
I mean, there's a lot of servants that have like legendary status, and like
Especially from early in the game.
yeah, and like they're not like bad, but they're not that good anymore. And they're also servants that lose that status very quickly.
So
For some reason, I don't
So-
understand how this community works. Honestly,
Also-
Kentucky is decent, but he's one of those servants that's carried by internals, and
yeah.
it's kind of interesting because these days a lot of people don't think that's enough, but it's still enough for him.
Also, someone in your chat said, "Do you seriously use Kentucky Riders spoken like a true whale?" I counter that with, I think Elizabeth Rider is a much better
Yeah.
welfare rider than Kentucky. Kentucky's has a 50% battery, yes, but I think like from a damage and a kit perspective, Elizabeth Rider's kit is just so much better. Like Elizabeth Rider's kit does not look like a welfare kit. Like
Yeah.
it has such good like synergy with itself. Like it has the demerits that apply to herself, but then her NP clears her demerits. Like
Yeah,
she can
demerits
never.
are
The
funny.
only demerit that can affect her is NP seal. Like that is the only demerit that can hurt her. She can remove everything else. There's nothing else that can reduce her damage.
Yeah, it is just it. Yeah,
I mean,
because they made a balancing
buffs.
error. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That too.
Yeah,
And
to
then she
be
has
fair-
a ramp up buff.
yeah.
They basically balanced her around the fact that she's gonna be skill sealed every time she clicks that skill 3, but she's not, because command codes, because MP, because whatever, you can avoid
You
it.
just choose your
Skill order as
correctly.
a skill order, yeah. So like they just balance her around the wrong thing, and then it
it's
ends up
just
not
like
really mattering.
Kentucky's really replaceable in this day and age. That's the thing. Because like even with 3 stars, like you got Ushi, who doesn't have the battery, but like she's got a better kit than he does.
Yeah, for sure.
Then
She has a very good
then,
overall kit.
even Mandracardo you can kind of justify over him. Like, not gonna quite have the same level of damage, but like Arts is easier to use in support.
Yeah. And then
Uh,
we have
and then like
MP
if we're
upgraded
gonna
Ryoma.
I was
right?
about to say, I think if Ryoma
yeah,
after his
and then
upgrade,
Ryoma.
like because Ryoma has an upgraded NP, Ryoma's kit is very mediocre. It's very basic. It's what 20% arts, 10% charge, and then 17% attack up. It's not good. But he's an art servant with a star bomb and an upgraded MP that always drains and then dumps 30 stars or 10 to 30 stars depending on overcharge. Like, you know,
I'm sorry that it's funny, like making that clarification. Like 30, damn, that's crazy. No, actually, it starts at 10.
I missed the overcharge thing at first when I was looking at it again.
Yeah, that has a pretty big difference. But yeah, I mean,
it
carried
is.
by Castor,
Yeah, dude, like
carried by Castor.
Kentucky has
Riders
up.
carried by
Kentucky
Summer
has
Scotty.
90% quick on his NP. If you get 500% overcharge.
Yeah, I don't understand how he has his scaling is so weird. But like people act like it's such a big deal, but
they did
it's
that
so
with
hard
some
to
old
overcharge.
servants. They did that with Bedivere as well. I think Bedivere is like 30 to either 30 to 70 or 30 to 90. Very weird.
I think it's easier to be carried by a card type though. I think art servants, it is just kind of easier to justify art servants. Like mediocre art servants can still perform well as long as they're like their kit may not have anything special, but if you pair them with like what's her name, Castoria or Purin, like they'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean because like I do believe like other than Castora being such a broken support, right? Like fundamentally the strongest thing in this game is MPs. And if you're a card type that helps you get the MPs, then you know you're doing the strongest things. Like regardless if it's damaging or non damaging MP. I do believe like the strongest thing in the game is just MPs, because that's how it's designed, right? It's the ultimate attack of a character, right? Those are supposed to be
It's too easy to get your NP.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's supposed to be an ultimate attack. Like if you played any other game, ultimate attacks you're not supposed to be able to spam them, you know, every fucking turn.
FGO has changed to a game where you do spam it every turn.
Yeah, you're just spamming ultimates.
Because remember back in like the early days, you had to run like K scopes and triple servants, and it's so different. And then when Scotty was introduced, it was such a game changer, because you're like, wait a minute, I can use this NP multiple times in a row.
Yeah, like honestly, this is a completely off-topic thing again, but like it really like how broken and accessible MPs are really shows when you look at like when you look at how shitty Alco's AoE face cards are, right? Because like why would I ever use an AoE face card when the AoE MP is more accessible than her AoE face card?
It is easier to spam her MP than to
It's easier to get her MP than her AoE cards combined.
Her
Plus
card
her
shows
extra
up
attack.
once every 3 turns, whereas her NP is usable all 3 of those turns.
Yeah, and her extra attack isn't even guaranteed to show up ever. Like it depends on like your card RNG. So it's just like it would have been a really good, like if the game was actually balanced around like MPs not being that accessible, it being an ultimate attack, then having a more accessible, weaker version of your ultimate attack at all times is really good. But you already have your ultimate attack at all times. Why are you using a shittier version of it? So like I think like the game, I mean, it has been this long. It's not like we can go back.
So I've had this thought a few times, like what would have happened if they released Summer Buki as she is like 5 years ago? Like before Quick was meta.
5 years ago, Quick was meta.
Your time frame more than 5 years ago. You know,
you gotta go back to like
it's like
6
or 7 years ago.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
I specified afterwards. Sorry.
The thing with Summer Ibuki is, if you look at people try to make Musashi work, Ibuki is just that but better in terms of farming. So I think she would still work. Like, unfortunately, she would still work. Like, even without
Yeah.
Castoria. It's just like I remember when Morgan came out, people were freaking out because Morgan was the first AoE SSR Berserker with 50 battery. And people are like, what? It's a Berserker that can instantly charge their MP to 50? That's insane! Oh,
So
look how we devolved.
Here's what would have
Anyways.
happened if, say, like in year 2, Summer Ibuki, as she is now, came out. What would happen and what the meta would be to run a K scope on her, an MLB, you'd get MLB
Just
K
double
scope.
waver.
You'd have double waver. You'd have Tamamo to swap into double waver. So Tamamo for the extra arts damage, double waver, and you would loop. Like that 100% would work. You would have introduced looping to the game.
Yeah.
Years
Honestly, you wouldn't even need to plug probably because she has her own battery.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
No, but like damage wise, like Tamamo.
I'll do it right now.
Damage though?
You don't need that much damage.
Yeah, you didn't need as much damage back then because like you're
true.
dealing with like 30k tops the first couple waves.
People were farming with fucking triple K scope, bro. That's some like Stone Age stuff. Oh, I can't test it. Do you know why I can't test it? Because I can't find a single Tomo on the support list. Nice.
Just make your own party of Tamamo, Waver, Ibuki.
No, I was gonna do double Tamamo. Oh, you mean no plug? Oh, you mean no plug? I mean no plug.
Yeah,
You could do Rhinus instead of a second waver. It's basically the same thing.
No plug, waver, Tamamo. I mean,
no plug, waver, Tamamo with a K scope. That probably would work.
I don't think she needs a K scope, bro. I think she can.
Back then.
I think she can live with a. I know like Ocean Flyer didn't exist, but like I don't know.
I don't think your MP game's like it's good, but I don't think it's that good.
Without help, like I mean, she could probably get at least 30%. I'm not sure about 50%. That's a lot. They also didn't have Paracelsus back then. I mean, they had Paracelsus, but he wasn't as good.
That. If you wanted to loop, you could probably do.
Wait, could you have 2K4 back in the day? When was 2K4?
Yeah, so imagine K-Scope, Tamamo, Paracelsus. Because I remember Summer Melt looped Swapless with Paracelsus and Waver and a K-Scope.
Oh yeah,
Melt could do it. Then
I gotta remember
Ibuki
there's no append to. I gotta remember there's no append to. There's no append to.
Because I'm just thinking back. Melt was one of those arts loopers that looped before Castoria. And it was Melt K-Scope, Paracelsus Waver. And that did loop 3 turns.
We're going
2K4.
back to Stone Age.
And so Ibuki 100% could pull it off with Paracelsus.
Okay, so Ibuki with Ocean Flyer. Okay, Ocean Flyer is not really fair. Ocean Flyer on archers, because I don't want to waste my AP. On archers, on 3 archers, single Tamamo and Waver refunds 62. So let's try with the 2K4 buff. I think she'll be a little bit off, maybe.
So charge her up with Waver and then use the 2K4 buff?
Yeah. I mean, I use Waver on turn 1, yeah.
Oh. Well, then you would just split it and
no,
use her.
She's 84. It's Jover. All right.
Yeah, so you
No,
would
you
probably...
can't have her append too. Yeah.
So you would use Paracelsus instead. So you would
you
would just do Paracelsus Waver.
Have you not seen the Raikou buff? Like, you don't need Kuro for it now.
Also, Kuro looping is never stop.
It's kind of cringe.
Get help. That is so. I am so like. That was the.
You do Kuro farming, you like kids.
That's true. I don't use Kuro farm.
Shit, dude.
Dude, I can't.
All right, you don't have to sell me any further there.
There you go.
I'm still a little bit sad that her Bonsi doesn't work like people initially thought it would. Because if it did, that would be really good for like challenge quests and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't.
Unfortunately.
I still don't think he's. I still don't think she's particularly impressive for challenge quests because, like, you know.
No, she's not. Like I think
she, like the dying, like the leaving with guts thing. It's just not as valuable with the challenge quest because you can just give her like outrage, she'll die
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah, it's only against challenge quests where they do like potato damage or like the RNG is really bad for the kill. I remember trying it on the star one, where it did improve my RNG, but the calculation was still not working out. But yeah,
It is funny though if you have like if the back line is dead and it's just her and the two front line, you can use the evade as like a spot dodge there, and
oh yeah,
or the guts as a spot dodge to
Yeah,
like get out, dodge,
but
and
then
attack.
you have to have the back line be that close though.
Yeah, you have to.
I mean, okay.
Like so, it's like an end game thing, part of the fight there. But yeah, like I don't know. Summer Kuro is also like Summer Kuro is probably better used as a DPS on her own than acting as a support.
I mean, we're not really underrating her per se. It's like it's like
I think it's more so other
saying,
people are overrating her.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying she's like a must-have. I do not believe she's a must-have. Like, I think you can completely live without that character, right? A lot of people, when she first came out, I don't hear that much talk saying that anymore. But when she first came out, people are like, she changes Buster looping, right? So she's going to be a must-have because she changes how you can build your Buster looping teams. Which, I mean, the first statement isn't incorrect. Like, you can do Black Rail looping with Cool Khan, and then your last wave damage will like shoot through the roof, right? But like that doesn't, that a lot of times that doesn't really apply. It's enemy count dependent, and it takes up 5 of your servant slots. Yeah. So
the main problem with it is, one, it takes a long time to use, and two, it makes 6 slotting very hard because your team cost is inflated massively.
Now it's the double Aoko system. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Oh, okay.
People actually.
I will give her this. Summer Kuro is hell of a lot better, miles better than double Aoko farming.
Yeah, because like it doesn't require you to use 2K scopes.
Yeah, Aoko. I think you can fit 1 Aoko in multicore.
Yeah, you can.
But that's it.
You can basically.
You cannot fit 2.
Yeah, but again, you're still gonna be using a K-scope, and like, do you want to use a K-scope? Oh wait, right. If you're using a Castoria, yeah, but then it's not double Aoko system. It's just single Aoko system.
Yeah, single. That's what I mean. I think fitting 1 Aoko, because like Aoko can help with a lot of stuff Tonalico wants. Aoko can boost Tonalico's overcharge by 1. Because, like, yeah, I say that as if it's a bonus. No, you literally had to use her MP before Tonalico's MP to manually overcharge her by 1. But then she has cooldown reduction as well. She's -2. So, like, there are ways to force her into comps, but
right. But the only person like that I can see her being like good with in that situation is Tonalico.
It is
because every other situation you'd want that type of support. Tonalico's better at it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. If you need a DPS. If you need a DPS that can spread 50% charge and do damage themselves, Tonalico is the pick over Aoko. Like, there's no world where Aoko is the better choice unless you're using her to support Tonalico.
We don't even have to go to Tonalico. You know who does that? Almost. Arcoade. Almost. Like, if you have Living Human, Arcoade does that exactly. But if you don't have Living Human,
Aoko is Living Human.
Yeah, Aoko is Living Human. You can pair her with Arcoade, but it's even harder because like you want her to transform immediately. So like if she transforms on 2, it's like even more clunky. So like you're just using her as like 2 Koyan lights with extra steps that also doesn't buff her damage. So like a lot of times it doesn't feel worth it. Anyways, how did they come to Aoko slander? Is she one of the SSRs I want to delete? Maybe.
No. So responding to someone in chat, Double Aoko was a release day meme. But some people, for some dumb reason, think she wasn't. I guess.
I mean,
it's evidenced by like sometimes people will like cite it in people's streams as like there's a multi-core setup for this, which is kind of fucking funny. Someone in Plushie's comments the other day, like a few days ago, was unironically pushing it too. So, like, some people think it's a thing.
I mean, you just need to give it some time. Like it's the same with Summer Kuro. The reason why people are no longer overhyping Summer Kuro nearly as much is because we gave it time, and then people are like, "Oh shit, I don't actually need to put it."
I think that's just because people forgot about it more so than that. Because like when the discussion comes up, people still hold that belief. It's just like they forgot about it, and a big reason why they forgot about it is because no one's doing it. So
Yeah,
because
exactly.
here's the
Well,
thing is
that proves a point too, right? Because like if she
Yeah.
was truly that relevant in farming, then people will be talking about her all the time. Like people when they're building teams, they're gonna be like, oh, you gotta grab that Summer Kuro, right? No,
because like
nobody.
Summer Kuro is an alternative to Miss Crane, is what she is. In the end, that is her purpose. Is she is a servant that can give buffs and get out, and like she's a Miss Crane that you can leave on the field an extra turn for battery as well. You know, it's but like
Skill set wise, Olga's better than Aoko. I don't know what her MP is, because like Super Aoko's MP is really strong. Super Aoko's MP is
Olga
really
doesn't
strong.
have an NP.
Olga, we don't know what her MP is. Her MP is
I still think
allegedly called what the end of the universe has come or something like that. That's probably pretty broken. Yeah.
I still think it's really funny what they did where she gets upset if you try to select it.
Oh yeah, if you click it, she's like, no, stop it. I can't show you. And then she progressively gets more upset. That's really cute. I like it when they do that. But
Yeah, and then everyone continues to spam it for like an entire minute, hoping for an extra voice line, like it's a fucking Toby Fox game.
yeah, well, you never know, you know, like when you click the tiles on walls on like in FNAF or something. I don't fucking know.
what? You played FNAF? Why?
I don't play
No,
FNAF,
no,
but
you
I
see-
watch MatPat.
You see,
You watched MatPat? Why?
you don't even have to at this point. Like if like there are so many more people who have really detailed in-depth knowledge about the plot of FNAF that haven't ever fucking touched one of the games. There's so many people like that. I hate to say that because I was actually kind of one of them. I touched a FNAF game once like 8 years ago.
Matthew Patthew.
Matthew Patthew.
That sounds like a NA localization name for MASH, bro.
No.
Matthew
Oh.
Patthew, bro.
Mash Pash.
Mash Pash. Ew.
Okay, so I guess let's move to 5 stars that we've
No,
removed from the game.
I only talked about one servant I want to remove. Hold on.
Yeah,
fine,
and
this-
one servant took us like we're an hour into the,
Okay,
the
right.
discussion.
Can I mention that I would also love to just remove Kin Lang Yu because she serves zero purpose as well.
Damn.
Why?
What do you mean why? Her MP is terrible.
I mean, she removes buffs with it.
She is. She does
she-
nothing. They buffed her and it did nothing.
It's something.
No, it's nothing.
No,
Adding a
no,
battery to her didn't
no.
do anything.
So, okay, so
It's
Her
just
buff-
her game.
her
Her
buff-
playstyle's not good.
no, her buff genuinely was really solid for her because it means she can actually crit now, which means she can actually MP more often. And then also it unscuffed her guts because her guts was like
Yeah.
2 times 3 turns on an 8-turn cooldown. Now it's 5 turns. And like 15 stars per turn is unironically pretty. It's pretty impactful.
Like the problem is still her playstyle. Like it just doesn't work most of the time. Like it like I don't think the buff is the problem. It really is just people don't like to play like how she plays. I genuinely think she plays better than Inshin, which people like to hype. I don't think they hype him up.
I don't think anyone hypes
anymore.
Inshin anymore. It's not that was
Yeah.
like year
No one
3
cares
stuff.
about him.
Yeah, but like I think she is better than Inshin. But yeah, her like getting healed when getting hit, like in a turn-based game, you really don't want that, bro. I do not think you
No,
want that.
it's not healed when hit. It's healed when
crit. When crit, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so okay, if it was heal when hit with her heal amount, it would be a lot actually. She would probably out heal most damage. But like yeah, sorry. Heal when crit. Like it just doesn't work. It depends on the enemy's RNG, and it's like it's like a salvage type of gimmick where like, oh, if I'm getting critted, then I get rewarded, which like but you don't want to get critted in the first place, you know. So like it is just kind of
because the
you know,
crit's gonna do
unfortunate.
more damage than you heal. you're still
Yeah.
losing health.
Yeah, but the thing with her, right, is I think that's an interesting design. Like, it is such an interesting design for a kit that maybe someday, if you have a remix version of that as a 5-star, they could be broken. Maybe. They maybe they underbalance it, and then it becomes heal on hit, and then they out heal enemies damage when they have the Tamakat CE on, for example. Then suddenly this character, even though this character was horrible, she paved the way for a broken solo character.
Right, but I would also like to add that her MP inflicts crit chance down on the enemy when she's
Crit
hit
damage
by
down.
normal. Oh, crit
It's
damage.
crit
Oh,
damage
it's crit
down.
damage down.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's only
actually does work.
10%. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, I still think she's gonna. Now, how would you, if you were gonna do this for an SSR, how would you rework this? I mean,
Heal when
I
hit.
would heal when hit, yes, but like,
Yeah, that's
would you
could be too
change
broken,
anything
though.
else?
I mean, bump up the numbers. Like the crit up could be 50%. Like Storm Zorbo could be 3 turns. Like
if it was heal when hit at all, then I think with the guts, she could and like timing your like like a mystic code thing. I think she could probably live forever.
Yeah. Against enemies with not a lot of damage. Like what are you supposed to? Okay, so for example, I use her against. Oh no, but that's a buff. The heal on hit is a buff. Okay, never mind. So I was thinking like a character like DB, or a character like I don't know, a character that doesn't do burst damage, that can burst you down. What can you do against a servant like this? You literally just win. You win the game because you out healed your damage. So
unless an MP takes you out, but
yeah, I think it's a very hard gimmick to balance. So that is why they went super reserved on Kim Myung Yu. But I think because of how shit Kim Myung Yu is, they would underbalance if they want to ever explore this idea again. So, yeah.
But they haven't. It's been years since she came out, and they've never made a servant with a similar kit.
Typhon Ephemeros would be like that.
You think?
Do I want that? I don't know. Do I want that? I don't know.
Do you?
I don't even
that?
know. Do I want that? I mean, I like solos. I'm not just if I'm pure TA, then I wouldn't want that. But like, I solo. I want that. Right?
Yeah, who is she?
What?
It says I have her, but I can't find her on my
Is
JP
it in
account.
second archive?
No, I've looked in both.
Did you accidentally burn her? Because she's
I have her
useless.
Bond 3. I don't know how. I don't know how
What
she would
character?
be gone. Chin Long Yu or Kin Long Yu.
Did you kill her?
Yeah, how?
I don't know why I would have.
King Lang Yu is how it said, right?
Like on accident, because she's a weird.
I don't know. Like, it's like the game says I rolled her at some point.
Damn.
You accidentally
You
burned
kind
her.
of live forever.
I mean, that's what you get for
is
burning servants for RP.
Yeah, and unfortunately, not all of us are whales, so some people had to do that a while back.
Look, you could have.
See,
you know what?
She
if they're not
has.
MP5, don't burn them. It's not worth
She
it.
has anti-berserker
Dude.
pen 3.
Dude,
Good character.
if I didn't burn them because they're not NP5, I never would have burned shit, dude. Like it took me a long time to get NP5 on a lot of things.
I recently just got Kim Myung Yu to MP5. Like I just got her to MP5. Like from
actually,
like a random.
what's his name? That writer dude who he's a 4-star writer.
Wang Fei
Hu. Yeah, I think I had him MP5 a long time ago. I had him MP4. And
Dude, you have MP5 Hu Yen. How the fuck does that happen?
Right. So, no, I was sitting there and I was looking. I'm like, oh, he's only MP4. I'm like, but I have like
You've been burning
I rolled
him.
like 2 spares recently. Because like
I don't believe you. You've been
when
burning
rolling
him on
Alice,
accident.
I got 2 of him in a row. And then I'm like, oh, these are just rare prisms, but I'm gonna double check just in case. And he's like MP4. I'm like, I know I've been burning this guy like every time he comes up.
Okay.
So it's like he was MP4 and I just never made him MP5. I was burning the extra copies. I'm like, whoops. Like I got him to MP5 recently.
Dude, I don't know why, but I got Faker like 3 or 4 times in a row in the last few weeks. on my
That's
JP
crazy.
account. I don't know why. Like, I don't need her on this account. I could use her on my NA account. She's only NP1, but I don't know. She likes me, I guess.
Speaking of that, speaking of the game stalking you, I pointed this out, and plus you noticed it as well. Like, have you noticed when a new, and maybe you don't notice it when you're playing JP, I don't know if you can read the names, but when a new event starts, when you boot up the game for the first 5 or 6 times, it always shows you the name of the servant in the gacha. Like,
Oh,
when I
That
booted
is
up,
true. That
I
is
booted
true.
up. I restarted the game like on stream 6 times. It started with Okita Alter Saber, then Anastasia and V, and then it was like Achilles and Charlotte Corday and Columbus and Mandricardo. Those were the names that showed on startup. Like, and then Doman as
Wow.
well. Like, they all showed up there, and like the game is like psychologically conditioning you. And like when Mahoya was running, like I booted up early on, and you know, it did things like Alco, but then it was also doing things like Fujino and Shiki, even though they're not right up there in the, you know, they show up, and it starts, you know, displaying them there. So like you're aware of these servants, like it's manipulating your mind, man. They're getting into your head, man.
wait a second. Does that mean you might be able to predict a banner with that? Because like we did get a Fujino and Shiki banner like during that event, didn't we?
Yeah, we
No,
did.
we did. Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, it was
We
a
did.
temporary
I
one.
don't know if the name showed up after the banner started or not. I actually forgot there was a Fujino raid up because I have Fujino already maxed out.
Yeah, fucking course, bro.
She was my very first servant in JP.
Thing.
Like, actually, when I started playing JP at
From
the
before
Cardo
MASH.
Kyokai rerun, and that's why she's my first level 100 and with gold foes. She carried me through all the way through Lost Belt, like past Lost Belt 1. She's who I saw. Like, I struggled through every fight with Mash, Friend Merlin, and Fujino the entirety of part 1, and then Lost Belt 1, and then some of Lost, and by then, you know, I was caught up because I started playing right before Lost Belt 1 came out as well. But yeah, no, Fujino is what carried me because she just doesn't take damage. Like,
I was
you know?
using Carmilla all the time, and I was trying to out heal their damage.
Yeah, that I'm sure that did not work as well.
It didn't work well. Because people told me when I first started playing the game, people were like, golds are so rare, even 4-star. And I got quote unquote lucky. I got Daeon and Carmilla in my first like tutorial role. So I was building a team with Daeon plus Carmilla for the longest time, and it was so bad. Like, holy shit. Because I also had trouble ascending Daeon, but
I'm glad they buffed Fujino. The Fujino, but like, it's just a battery, but like, you know, I think Fujino is one of those relatively strong 4-stars.
He's one of those 4-stars that get way too much attention for no fucking reason. Well, this
because she's a type
reason,
moon. Is she? I don't know if you call her a type moon heroine, but she's almost in that category.
She's blind.
No, she's
I don't
not.
think she's blind in FGO. She's blind in Kara no Kyokai. Because they killed her eyes.
Is she?
Doesn't
Is she
still
not
have her
blind?
clairvoyance?
I thought they killed her eyes in Kara no Kyokai. No?
No,
She's
they just
blind.
killed
She
her
has to be
will to
blind, bro.
live.
No, they killed the.
Yeah.
He's on
They
display.
killed-
Dude, how
They
old
killed
is
the
this?
tumor she had.
How old is this? They killed the. There was not a tumor. It was like.
Okay, I know it's
appendicitis.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, appendicitis. I forgot what it was. It was tumor, basically.
No, her eyesight becomes poor.
Yeah.
So she's not blind. She just has bad eyesight.
Yeah.
Okay, so we cannot stay on
Off
topic
track.
for shit.
Okay, sorry. Sorry.
No, but that's great because you were worried about us having topics, and if I
Okay.
can waste an hour and 40 minutes talking about 3 servants, and in reality we've talked about like 10. You
Yeah.
know what? Isn't that really in the end? Isn't that the friends we made along the way or something like that?
Okay, I have an actual question. I
Yes.
guess I should ask, like, and who like
Apparently,
agrees with it.
Yeah, like, here I am talking about how I don't want to delete anyone from the game, and apparently I did delete someone from the game without realizing it.
You deleted shit.
Yes.
Oh, you did delete a.
Yeah, I
literally
can't find her.
deleted.
She's just gone.
Oh god. Oh no.
So Otto agrees with me. 10 out of 10 points. We've come to a consensus. Delete Pinya Lang Yu from the game. Let's go.
Okay, so
Damn.
the question I'm going to raise is here it comes. Is it a good thing that every year we get an arts looping option?
No, stop doing it. I don't want an arts looper with Summer. I swear.
Is it a good thing? Because right here's from both sides, right? So from the side that I am from, no, because fuck arts loopers.
You keep grailing
boring
them.
as-
No, that's why you keep grailing them.
No,
You
no,
don't
okay,
want
shut
to
up.
waste any more grails.
Shut up. They're boring, right? Their gameplay wise, they're boring, and everybody has them. So why do we need more? We have so many in the game already, and unless they do something egregious, they're not gonna beat Samurai Ibuki anyways. But the counter argument to that is, for a lot of the players, all they do is farm. So even if they come up with an interesting, non-farming servant like Aoko, they love the character, but they pulled the character and they're like, shit, I don't get to use this one. But if Aoko was just a generic AoE arts looper, I actually get to use her. I know it's boring for a lot of people, but because, you know, I'm not a whale, I only spend on whoever I like, so I would rather have an arts looper that has a skin of a character that I'm into. Debate.
I mean, I don't think that has to be an arts looper though. Like, I think we could have, you know, like because I presume this is targeted towards summer. Like every summer is when we get the AoE arts looper, right?
Oh yeah, that's what inspired it, yeah.
Because like, so last summer was Melusine, the one before was Ibuki. What was the one before that? Kama, and then before that it was Musashi, right?
No,
Yeah.
before that it was Kiara actually, but we
Oh,
kind of
Kiara-
skipped
oh,
that one.
Kiara. Yeah,
Oh,
she's
well,
not that
Kiara kind of sucks, and then Musashi. So out of all them, Kiara's
farming, yeah.
she's bad. I think
No.
Kiara Summer's kit is. I don't like how it works. Like
Yeah, debuff. Like you have to land a bunch of debuffs. That's
you have to land a bunch of debuffs, and you have to make
Yeah.
a choice of what you want because it's a limited resource.
She's just not particularly great at single core
Also, I just
farming.
hate, as I mentioned
that's
earlier,
really it.
I just actively hate Kiara as a character, and more so now that I finished CCC. And, like, there's, you know, I just don't like her. Just don't like her. But anyway, I don't think that we need for summer. I don't think we need an AoE art servant. I think they could get away with if they did because if they did a really strong, like, actually, I almost said like a really strong single target, but then I realized last year they also did that. They put out Castoria.
Yeah.
And then they also put out a really strong Buster. That was Tonalico.
like
The only
yeah,
one
like
that they didn't put out like a really strong option for.
like
was
the
Quick.
counter argument to
And
this,
then they did one this year.
Yeah, well, see-
Dante's 2.
See, the counter argument to this is like, if you really think about it, are there that many more arch loopers than other archetypes characters in this game? Not really. Not really. So, like, is this just a trend brought up by irresponsible content creators, again, like me, because I have openly criticized how arts loopers are like, oh my god, stop giving me arts loopers, and I proceeds to MP5 every one of them, right? So, like, So, is it really an issue, or is it a non-issue that someone like me, who only sees partially how the game works?
Well, I think
brought
the
up?
issue is that they always come out in summer. Like I don't think that the problem is AoE arts loopers coming out. I think the problem is that every summer, you know, one of them is an AoE arts looper. Like it would have been so much better, like instead of an AoE arts looper, if Summer Melusine had like the same transformation gimmick, and like even if she became AoE arts and started as something else, I think it would have been better.
So
Well, yeah, the problem with Melusine is lack of transformation.
So
not really
the
AoE arts.
reason why this is even happening, it's just because like every time we get an art servant, it has to be a looper. So it always ends up becoming that point of comparison. Like
That is a good
it's-
point. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, like even like with Aoko, like part of the criticism is like she's not a great arts looper. So
Well, that kind of has to do with arts is the thing, because like Buster
Yes,
and Quick
exactly.
both have the ability to use their cards for massive damage, but arts doesn't. There is no enabler of arts that enables the same kind of nonsense that Quick and Buster has, unless for this summer we do get a meta support that is, say, a Summer Scotty equivalent that gives arts and Buster crit up. Now, if that occurred, now wouldn't that be a bit of a funny thing?
Actually,
no, dude,
I mean,
they're gonna
I mean,
get it.
I-
They're
I
gonna
like
give
to
us
do
a
damage
quick
with Virgo,
support that we're gonna give us quick
Sorry.
arts support that you can use for arts servants.
Yeah,
Sort of like Summer
No,
Scotty for
no.
Buster.
No, Buster Arts. Don't quick. Don't give me quick.
yeah.
Anyways.
No, he's saying like Summer Scotty, but for arts. So
Oh.
like they buff.
No, he said quick arts.
Oh,
Yes,
nobody wants
quick
quick
arts
arts.
stacks.
No. So
Yes.
here's what you
Yes.
do.
No,
So
quick
you
don't
have
quit. No.
we have a
What?
servant that
What
that
are we
buffs-
saying here?
Hold on, let me
I
now
just
be
want
quiet, let me
Buster
talk.
Arts.
So
Okay.
what they need is we need a servant that 50% battery, spread charge 30, targeted 20, because I'm tired of targetable 50%. Those are terrible. But also gives arts up, NP gain up, and then Buster crit up. Also should probably generate stars in some way. Basically
Why do
Summer
we
Scotty, but arts.
But we
Let-
don't
let-
need more arts or Buster supports.
No, but
Like
arts.
they're like
okay,
this servant
Buster-
is probably still not going to get as much use as like some of the more
Actually-
the other premium options.
Actually, no, they would. If you
Mm,
aren't
that
using
would just be
Castoria's
because-
NP, if
That
you
would
weren't using Castoria's NP,
that's literally just because
there's-
it's a 50% charger that busts arts. That's not
Let,
like it's
let-
Jufu with 20% more battery. That's it.
that, okay.
For most people.
I'm saying also buffs Buster crits. It basically, if
and-
you took Summer
And
Scotty,
look, if you're an art servant, you're not going to want to use your Buster cards.
right,
Okay,
you don't
okay,
because they do no damage
so-
currently. But if you buff them out the
Okay,
wazoo like with
so-
Summer Scotty, then you
so
do.
this really is like more of TA stuff. I would admit. I would admit this is more TA. I think outside of TAs this is less applicable, but be fun. Anyways, give a reason to use QQAAB decks. Well, okay, there is a reason. Just give them good cards like Alice.
Alice's arts cards are kind of insane.
Just like
Yeah, she has some of the best arts cards, and she has the best arts card of anyone that has two arts cards in the game, unless you count Kenshin's NP buff. Like she has an arts buff on her NP.
Yeah, like have you seen my solo on the self plug? Sorry, solo on Gatia with her. Like I just did MPAA until he died.
Oh man, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can let that slide. I might have to cut that from
Oh
the
shit! All right,
from the
goddamn.
from the podcast episode. I don't know if I can
No.
just like
No.
take this random endorsement here.
Oh, let me do it. Have you seen Plush's video where he fights Gatia with Alice and does MPA until he dies?
Wow. And
Uh,
Don't
now
worry,
you're
you
shilling
got-
some other content creator.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want me to
Anyway.
show you? Have you seen that auto video where he talks about Vlad for 20 minutes and then dies?
And then dies. I don't remember dying in that video.
Yeah, but every video ends with and
Yeah,
then they
that's a good
die.
video. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, and then they die?
They are
All I-
actually worse than Reyna's, but Reyna's.
All
is
I know
NP's
about
arts.
that
I mean,
trend
yeah,
is
whatever.
the other day I got recommended a Hassan Piker video, except he gets
Ew.
eaten by a shark at the end. It's like, what
Ugh.
the fuck? This is the
Okay.
weirdest clip.
Dude,
Channel?
YouTube's been recommending videos of like this guy who like fishes lobsters. Like
What?
he catches. Yeah, it's like hold on. It's YouTube
He
channel. I
catches
pull it up right now.
lobster and he
1.73
kisses it.
million subscribers.
Okay. Question:
Like-
Does he catches lobsters and on a boat and he kisses it and he gives it a carrot and then throws it back into the sea?
No, but
Oh.
he gives them like fishes sometimes.
Oh,
they
fish,
catch,
not carrots. Sorry.
they catch lobsters. They catch them for like food and stuff like that. But they also like are apparently like marking the females and throwing the
Oh
females
yeah,
back and giving them stuff like that.
So okay,
The
yeah.
guy
I've-
has
I've
like
seen that
almost 2
channel.
million subscribers, and I didn't know that. And it just like comes up, and it's like
Yeah.
I'm watching a guy talk about catching lobsters. I'm like, I don't even eat lobsters, but I'm sitting
Yeah.
here watching this YouTube video because it's the slop I'm recommending. I'm like, I guess I'm here again.
I said carrot because I think he said something about how crabs ruin like the ecosystem. One type of crab. So to punish him, they only gave it a carrot instead of a fish. It's pretty funny. Anyways,
So, so what that sounds like to me, it sounds like someone made some sort of TikTok video on that about that channel, and it went viral, and now there's a bunch of people that watch it for some reason. That's my only explanation.
It
yeah,
is
holy shit,
mostly
Rainus?
shorts. Yeah.
Rainus has forehead
it's
arts, but it's
shorts.
0.64. Jesus fuck.
Wait, Uranus's arts card's good?
Yeah, it's even better. Yeah, I mean, I do feel that whenever I use a solemn team with her, because like one arts
Also,
is
I have to bring
full
this up.
MP, but I thought it's because of her MP, because her MP is what, like 40%. Like I'm at MP2, it's 40% gain per MP, bro.
Yeah.
You get
You know that
80% gain.
solemn was a mistranslation, right?
Yes, it's anti-purge defense.
Yeah, but why do you keep saying solemn? No.
I don't want to say two words. Anti-purge.
Like anti-purge is a misnomer. Because
Anti-purge
it
defense
can
that
be
is
purged.
Anti-purge
Right, but
defense that is
solemn doesn't mean
purgeable.
anything. It's not referencing the game anywhere like that, and it was a mistranslation from like 5 years ago.
The anti-purge defense is actually the only thing that can like purge is the only way you can
Purge is the
stop
only thing
it.
that can get it. I know. It's
The real
it's-
anti-purge defense is Robin.
Yeah, substitute.
Yeah, is Robin. So anyways, so like alco farming. Let's go back to alco farming. She actually
Wait a second. Did you say 5 years ago? Because I'm pretty sure that was 4 years ago. Wait, was
Cat
it?
Story was not 4 years ago.
It was like 4.5 years ago.
No,
It wasn't 5 years ago though, because we haven't hit an anniversary. So it was less than 5 years.
Also, okay. Here's the thing with Alco, right? If you can deal with wave 1, have you seen the I guess okay, I'm just gonna send the image. Like her
Doesn't
damage
feel
is
too
better
good,
than
huh?
her damage is better than Ibuki.
Okay,
Like,
I'm
you
gonna
can deal with
give
wave
it to you here. It may have been 4 years ago, not 5 years ago. But shut up.
Anyway.
All right.
I was wrong. I'll admit that it was Cat Story came out in 2020. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
See?
almost 4 years ago. Yeah, I
It's better
thought I was
damage.
right, and I was.
It's better damage than Ibuki if you get to
yeah, but she can't do. But she does nothing on.
1. Yeah, but like if you can deal with the 1.
What's the team comp we're looking at here for this?
You can, so you can.
Double Cast Story, MLB Black Grail, MP2, and then Arash. I'm not even counting Oberon coming.
You can
up
also
later.
use someone like Habitrot, and you don't
So
have to worry
this
about
is
it at all.
both of these are using Arash.
What?
Or is Arash only considered in Alcos?
Well, yeah, the other two don't need to use Arash.
Well, I know. Also, it would hurt Melusine more because she wouldn't ramp up as much. They should buff Summer Melusine looking at these numbers.
No, what do you mean, dude? It's Berserker damage versus neutral.
I know, but like
she's close to fucking the Berserker damage. Don't buff that thing, please.
it is true. Summer Melusine's neutral damage is actually incredibly high for neutral.
Hold on a second. What is the team comp for Ibuki? Wait, why
Double
is it
Cast
the
Story.
same thing 3 times?
Double Cast Story Ibuki.
Because Ibuki has no ramp up. Ibuki has 0
Yeah,
ramp
but you
up.
have a Mystic Code.
I don't count Mystic.
He doesn't count
Oh.
the Mystica. That
Okay.
just adds needless things. But no, like because like Melusine and Alco both have ramp ups, and Ibuki is a static, boring character who does not change or evolve as the fight progresses, and is therefore a stagnant.
Excluding
cancer upon
Oberon
this
is
world.
crazy. Excluding Oberon is actually doing a disservice to other people
if you're adding Oberon into it, then Spishtar actually competes. Okay, so we can't have that.
yeah, so
happening.
we can't have Spishtar be actually good at this game. Anyways,
We do have to keep her down. She's
I'll
not
have
allowed.
you
we
know.
do have to. We do have to have her.
Now, if
I'll
we
have
get,
you know
I am
that if
predicting
you're up
s-
against an enemy that is not Earth, and you're using and you're not using Black Grail, and you're it's only counted on wave 3, and you're using double Castoria and Oberon, Spishtar does kind of beat Summer Ibuki.
Now I am open to Spishtar if we get a Spishtar that looks like the one from this recent event. I am open to that though.
What about Kama? Kama's numbers are too sad that I don't want to put it up here.
What
Why?
about
Her
on
Wave
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 three,
3?
her wave 3 damage is fine. Her wave 3 damage is
Oh yeah, that was actually something that came up in a discussion
Kama's wave 3 damage is
a while back
24386.
that I was thinking about. So Kama versus Spishtar and multicore.
Kama.
Yeah.
Common,
That's
because
because
without ramp up.
because on one hand you got Spishtar who has like team 30% attack. But on
Oh,
the
true.
But on the other side of
Kama.
things, Kama has higher damage for herself. Like, oftentimes what you need for multicore isn't like damage for the rest of the party; it's just damage for yourself. And the problem with Spishtar is she needs to ramp to do good damage.
Yeah. I think Kama is more consistent. Like there has been most of the damage checks are on the third wave. Like even to this day, like there are a lot of damage checks on wave 2 still, but Kama. I mean, you could miss the charm, and it is
Yeah.
a lot worse than missing the 80%, like the 80% arts up. Like,
I guess
is-
80% chance.
I guess
What is
another
Marie's? Oh, good.
I guess
Marie?
another point
I need to
in
upgrade.
Spishtar's favor is you can fit her into different types of multi-core comps. Like if you're
True,
running,
you can use her in Buster real quick.
like
Yeah.
like if you're making if you're supporting some quick servant, then she can benefit from double Summer Scotty or one Summer Scotty.
Yeah.
And then like if you're using Korean Dark, she can benefit from Korean Dark. So like I guess there's some positives for her, but I still think just like having the higher damage on your own without much help, I think that's more valuable.
Spishtar can go back to EX with one singular buff. Well, that one singular buff has to be MP upgrade, but sure. Like it's just like most of these things are MP upgrades. Like yeah, you can fix Spishtar's skills, but you gotta fix it up real good.
They're very hesitant to give AoE Arts servants NP upgrades for obvious reasons. Like they did it with Summer Musashi, and
Like, why,
she
though?
kind of wanted it to compete, but
Compete
the
what?
reason,
Compete with archers?
I don't
But
know
she
what
did
the-
just delete archers.
It's just so
it is really funny that the archer class has been
it's
invalidated
just
by berserkers.
like with art servants, like they're always going to be built around spamming their NP, and if you increase that aspect of it, because like you can have someone get a really good skill buff, but the thing is they're going to use that skill once every however many turns. But with an NP, we're in a situation where you can NP every turn with almost every servant. So, like, increasing that is going to be better than just the skill. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, though I did what it is funny though that the archer class is invalidated by two different berserkers. Single target is handled by MHXA and AoE is
MHXA
handled
is a
by
little bit of I think
MHXA
Musashi's
is
a bigger
harder to
offender,
keep
yeah.
alive, I'd say.
like maybe, but like if you're just like rushing a fight there, like
Yeah, but then you're going to be like factoring in taunt Cs because you're going to be using shit like Scotty, and Scotty does not give her some sort of survival, and she does not taunt or anything.
I mean,
yeah, that's what your Mystic Code is for.
I mean, I did a
That's
I
one
did a
turn.
frontline only with MHXA, min turn by the way on the Samurai Remnant collab, and my biggest issue for that run was I was dying. I was dying all the time, and I wasn't even using double Scotty. I was using Castoria Scotty, Caster Scotty. I was still dying all the time. Like it is very difficult to keep her alive. I feel it's just yeah. Like,
Caster
unless I
Scotty
guess
gives
you
evade.
just scope.
Okay,
It's one
so
hit, but like
so
I guess you
part of the
scope Caster Scotty. Sorry.
so part of the problem with that though is this so the way I build my teams, and this it's because this holds true just for like how the game works. You usually build it around like who is the most likely to die next, and you usually don't want it to be the DPS. But even if you have Caster or Scotty use her NP, okay, everyone has one evade now, so you didn't really change who's the most likely to die. You just like delayed it for one hit. Because even after that one evade, you're still most likely to have MHX alter die. But
You're not delaying it by enough. Like if it's Castoria levels
Yeah,
of delay,
but-
I think it's fine.
yeah, but then if you
Castoria
have
also has
something,
targetable info.
if you have something like Castoria, though, not only do you have the NP, which does give an even amount of survival to the team, but you also have the targetable
I mean,
invuln.
honestly though, there's always one answer to that question. It has been there. Is
It's called-
Rhaenys.
Oh.
Rhaenys has always
I guess
been an
there
answer.
is.
Yeah.
Yes, there is
Rhaenys
Rhaenys there,
also
but
is-
it's only, I mean, it's only 2 hits, I guess. But to be fair, 2
No,
hits might
no,
be
Wait,
enough.
oh,
she,
no,
she
Rhaenys is
eliminates
MP.
the she eliminates
Her
the class disadvantage.
Class disadvantage nullification.
Yeah,
I guess
her MP is good.
I think that helps.
Her
yeah.
MP
I-
is, you
yeah.
know, it's a at MP5 it's a 50% defense down. It's a 50%
Yeah.
MP gain up for the party rate. It's ignore damages overcharge and
Mine is not.
I guess
MP5,
that's,
yeah.
I guess that's true. It's just, I don't know.
the only thing it doesn't negate is Kiara's saver.
Whoa, careful there, sir.
Yeah,
Whoa,
look,
whoa, dude.
it's not weird until you point it out.
Whoa. And her what saber?
NEGA.
All right, dude. All right.
I'm not gonna say. Look.
Oh, first he's a P word. Now he's a racist. Damn it.
I'm one, not a lolicon. Two, not racist.
All right, tell it to the judge of public opinion.
Anyone can look at that skill and read it and see what it is.
All right.
We even got
Yeah, but I
we
can't
even got
read your
Dracos.
lips.
We even got Dracos, and I don't think I can say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Draco?
Don't try to
Does
compete.
Draco have one like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
N-word
Messiah.
Messiah.
Inward
Oh,
Messiah.
that's even worse.
That
N-word.
sounds so much worse.
Oh yeah, no. I'm gonna say it. It's Messiah EX.
Dude.
When you censor it, you
Dude.
bring and you make it seem
Yeah,
worse than it is.
okay, but what will the YouTube transcript say? Because
The
it
YouTube-
processes everything.
Look, It honestly will read it correctly. It's not gonna think I'm saying
All
something
right.
racist.
All right,
Now,
bro.
us saying the word
Okay,
racist all the time now
let's
is
just
gonna
move
be in
off
the
of this
transcript.
topic, dude. Like,
Let's
Okay,
go.
all right.
let's go to
Okay.
what
But
the
the
fuck were we
point-
talking about
the
before?
point is
So,
that
dude,
I
okay,
don't think
No.
that Summer needs an AoE
Okay.
art slooper every
Okay,
time.
right.
Yeah.
And I think that we'd be good getting you know, like some one I think another support in Summer would be funny, like a 5-star support. You know, do the but make it like a you know, a cool meta support like Buster Arts with Buster crits. I know Otto for some reason doesn't see the value in that, but I see an
It's-
immense value in that.
It's just like, of those, I feel like those two cards don't have as much overlap
They do though, because imagine a secondary
as
support
the other
of
two.
See, if you had
combos, that is.
Buster Arts, then you could even use that with Buster Servants that have good arts cards to really jack up their NP game while
Yeah,
still
but
giving them crits up.
Yeah, but you're not gonna be critting on your arts cards though.
That doesn't
I-
matter.
Yes, it does.
No,
I-
it doesn't. The point is to boost the Buster card crit damage.
I mean, why wouldn't you
Yeah,
be
but
critting
like,
on,
why are we even talking about the arts?
Okay, okay,
For
but why
MP game.
why wouldn't you
Yeah,
be critting
and then
with the
like
arts
you're
card?
better off
Yeah, why
critting with
wouldn't
an
you be
arts
critting with the
card.
arts card?
Okay,
Why
okay,
would-
why wouldn't you be critting with the arts card? Because like, okay, so Summer
Because
Scotty
you
has
have-
15 stars per turn, and you have
Summer-
two Summer Scotties, 30 stars per turn, right? Like,
Yeah,
We're
so
not.
give this
We're
one
not
15
using.
stars per turn
Wait,
as
are
well.
we talking?
Basically, Summer Scotty but arts is what I'm saying. Is
But you're still gonna want to use like someone like Korean Skya, who's going to take
Right,
the
and you use
stars
her with
away
her.
from it.
you know there's comps that are double Koyan swapping Summer Scotty, right? You know that's a thing, right?
Yes. Yeah, but
Right,
like
so what-
there's also star bombs. Okay, hold on.
I know what
Um,
you mean, but like, because like
It's-
quick makes stars and gains MP, and also helps the arts card gains MP, so they inherently have more synergy.
It's
I
just like
understand, but, like,
if you're not making more than like 20, like even if you're not making more than 30 stars, because like you're using a Buster NP, you're not gonna, like a lot of Buster servants don't quite have the star gen for it. You're not guaranteed to be critting on those non-Buster cards. Like this happens a lot. Like it was happening a lot like last night where I had 40 stars and I only had one Buster card on the table, and I couldn't have my Fergus crit with his quick or arts card for some dumb reason, because I was working with like 50%, and like he has decent absorb. Like this happens a lot. It's just it's not as obvious if you're cycling and you have star bomb Cs, or if you're using like stars per turn like with everyone. Like it's
Yeah, but that's something you have to go through for every server. Like every server, you got to deal with some crit RNG. But it's like I think it's better to have the option than to not have the option.
I
No,
get
he
that.
means like
It's
quick
just
arts
like
versus Buster arts.
that's just like a problem with Buster though, like specifically, because
Right,
like
but so
arts doesn't crit normally, and then
so
like quick
what's
quits normally,
what's
and
wrong
then
with having an art support? So say this hypothetical art support, their kit is, 30% spread charge, and
mhm.
say that's 30% spread charge and attack up, like Castoria, and then they got a 50% arts up that also increases Buster crit, and then the second skill is like some 20% targeted that does like attack up and gives you like Buster arts up. So it's like kind of like Summer Scotty, but split charge. You have something like that. You run that instead of 2 Castorias, and also add star generation to one of those skills. I don't care which one, but the point is, so you make it kind of like Summer Scotty's, but Buster arts. Then you have an art servant that can loop their NP. They get their NP gain from their NP, and then they can just crit with the Buster card for the extra damage, because a Buster crit will always be better than a buffed arts crit. Like it's just gonna do better
No,
damage.
the
Like
arts crit is gonna give you a shit ton of gain though.
but their MP is already doing that. You don't need the gain. The point is your MP is
Then
giving
what?
you the gain, and then the Buster, and then the
NP is
Buster card is
okay. Wait,
following up with damage.
wait.
I-
What was their
I-
NP again?
I'm saying you're buffing your servant, and
I really think the debate here is like
Stop. Like we're not. Sorry, it's just like we haven't figured this part out yet. Okay, so do we actually really need the arts card in Pegeen at that point?
no, the arts the art. What I'm saying is
So
like,
it comes down to like, why are we trying to buff arts cards again? Because they're not really that great for critting.
EMP.
for their
EMP.
MP. Like
Yes, and then you said it doesn't
matter.
matter for their arts card in Pegeen.
Right.
So does it matter or does it not?
Face card. For the face card, it doesn't matter. No.
Okay, then what? Are we
That's
talking
why
about
damn,
supporting a
like Summer
Buster
Scotty,
servant
you
or an
don't-
art servant
you don't,
now?
In Summer Scotty, you don't care about the quick cards NP gain or damage when you're using Summer Scotty. What you care about is using the quick NP and then chaining to a Buster card for big crits.
Yes,
It's the
and
exact
the
same
reason,
principle here.
and
Arts
part of the
NP chaining to a Buster card for the crit.
yeah, and then you're using a quick card for no fucking reason.
So
It's like quick cards. Like okay, so there's a ton of art servants that just don't have good quick cards. Like
right,
I just don't
this
use
isn't
them.
meant-
So
this isn't you don't have to use them. This isn't meant to
ditch
be
him. I
meta
genuinely
support
think
that
you should-
replaces all meta supports. I'm just saying having an option to have some sort of support that buffs that you can use in place of Castoria or Proto Merlin that buffs arts cards, for MP damage, but also lets you do Buster crits like Summer Scotty enables would be useful to have. This doesn't have to be a replacement
Yeah,
for Castoria or the end all be all. I just think it would be nice to have.
I mean, yeah, but like I feel like it's ultimately just gonna be coming down to like, okay, you got another 50% arts with 50% charge. I don't think this is for
Right,
all
but-
intents and purposes, this is just gonna be a replacement of Castoria or a
But
side grade
it
of
wouldn't replace
Castoria
because
for most situations.
I mean, look.
Okay. It is just for minturns. I'm gonna be real, it's just for minturns.
I mean,
I just
it'd be useful
like
for boss fights.
I do not see a reason for this though. Like this over something like I totally prefer they did a quick arts support because there's like
But
quick
Arts
servants
is a terrible combo.
and you're saying an art servant trying to buster crit is actually a good combo?
Yes. Yeah, that
There's
is
a
a
lot
better
of
combo than Quick
like,
Arts.
dude, there are so many art servants that just do not give a fuck about their card damage. They don't have any focus on that, and just throwing 100% crit buff onto
Would
a buster
really
card.
help.
Yeah, would help that though.
That
Yeah.
would
Yeah,
that would
which is
really
why
help that.
I love. Okay, Plushie, how many times have you used Merlin with Durga?
Merlin with Durga?
like
Never.
like that as an example. Like it's just like there's a lot of just general art servants that have no focus on their card damage at all. And like, okay, we've got
Because
options
there's no one
that
to
we already
support
have.
that. There's no one to support that.
if
and
if,
that's
if Merlin had a 3-turn Buster crit up and it buffed Durga's MP, like it's basically the same principle. That's why I say it's mostly for like Minturn stuff, is because like if you need to push additional damage on top of the arts MPs, the only option you have is Buster crit, because like if you want to push additional damage in a singular turn outside of the arts MP, it's only Buster crits.
Yeah,
Quick cards don't really
and
do
then
that.
like
So,
that kind of just goes
Galatea.
against how. Yeah,
Galatea.
okay, so that is true. Arts NPs with Buster decks are something that would benefit from that, but there's like 2 servants with that.
any servant that
No,
has
Summer
like, 2
Ibuki,
Buster
Summer Castoria,
Summer Ibuki
Summer...
has 2 Buster cards.
anyone with 2
And
Buster
Summer
cards
Cast-
would benefit greatly.
No,
Ruler
with
I'm
2
saying Buster deck with an Arts NP,
right,
not Buster Arts deck with
you're
an
limiting that
Arts
too
You
NP.
don't need that though.
Anyone with 2 Buster cards would
Fuck,
benefit
man, everyone does
greatly.
this with Summer Scotty. Why can't I do it?
No. You're doing it wrong, because everyone for Summer Scotty, they're talking about anyone who has 2 Buster, 2 Quicks. So 2 Buster, 2 Arts. Yeah. Draco.
Okay.
Anyways.
Draco would also benefit immensely
but
from this.
I know he's talking about Draco and Galatea, right? But like those are the 2.
Draco
So
and Galatea would be
the problem with this, a big reason why crits. Okay, so so when you're using an arts, like just whatever arts servant, do you even like have an incentive to go for crits, or are you more incentivized to mix in support cards
That's what
and
I
then
was
get
saying.
your support NPs?
That's what I was saying. If you need to push additional MP in a single turn on top of your MP.
Yeah, why do you need to do it in a single turn when you
said
can?
it's for minturns. I said
Yes,
it was only for minturns.
which is why it's useless.
No, it's not useless.
Yes, it is.
The biggest problem with arts, when you're using arts, when you're trying to do like boss fights, is other card types can NP card and take out a bar. Where arts can do NP,
and then
if
with
they fall short, they can't do anything.
Yeah, no. Here's what they no, Rio. This is a problem with how you play the game. Okay, the thing is, if you don't kill the bar as an art servant, you can afford to sit there for several turns, paying the price of not doing that. You can't do that with a quick servant. You usually don't do that with a buster servant. It's just with arts is like. It's so defensively favored because there's so many supports that are longevity focused. You don't have that with Quick, you don't have that with Buster. That's what balances them. And then Arts is still really unbalanced in that regard. You're just like trying to get Arts to do the same thing as the other card types, and it's pointless.
Want Arts to have options.
Arts has options. It has the most supports of any card type.
Does it?
Yes.
Like you have Castoria and then Proto Merlin.
And then you have Tamamo, and then you have...
Yeah, but you don't really use Tamamo. You don't really...
Yeah, okay, if you just reduce it to 2 servants, then okay, none of these card types have very many supports anyways. Like, okay, well, Quick only has 2 supports, but okay, Buster only has 2 supports too, because you're only going to use 2 of them. Like, there's no point in doing that kind of argument.
The Arts has more Like they do have more like, but they all do the same thing. They don't
Nope.
do anything different. Like
Yes,
there's
and
no,
the same thing they do is consistent and reliable. Like,
right, I
look,
just,
the
I'd like to do something
okay,
different.
this is a conversation some people were actually having a couple days ago. What is the most efficient way of clearing a challenge quest?
Just to go fast.
No, no. The most efficient way of doing it is to go as slow as possible and stall. That has always been the most consistent way of winning.
Boring.
It is boring, but it's the most efficient way of doing it. It's
you don't
not
have to
time
retry.
efficient, but you don't have to like
Right.
way back then. Like,
that's
okay, the Salter Memorial quest was really fucking hard for a lot of people. But you know what? A lot of people did. They went with Merlin, Mash, and like Waver or some shit, and they just
I mean,
lived
you
a
can
long
swap it
time.
for arts. Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Yeah, and it worked because you just didn't have to worry about dying. Like if you live longer than the enemy, you don't have to worry about killing them before. You get what I mean, right?
Like, okay, look, I know, yeah, I am a Minturn player, but I am admitting that this support only helps Minturns.
Yeah.
This support only
I mean,
helps Minturns.
it could help other things. It just depends on what people
No,
do with it. It depends on how they
it
build
doesn't.
it.
It just doesn't play
because
into...
because the thing with arts is just like Otto said, like the problem with arts is like you said earlier, is you don't want to. It's not that you can't, right? It's like you
There's
don't
just
want
no reason to.
It really is just like, I hate it because arts has like the most expensive TAs in the entire game, because you need because all of your damage is like in your MP.
In your so you have to like front load it. Yeah. And it's
So all of your support that buffs your MP damage has to be high MP level. Like MP5 Reynes, MP5 Castoria, like MP5 whatever the fuck, right? Like it is very annoying. MP5 Yui Shositsu, it's very annoying. I understand, but I do think that a support like this does not benefit most of the players. A support like this would only benefit players like me, like you, like people who Minturn. I don't believe a support.
So I just gotta like go back.
I don't want
and...
the rich to get richer. I want to, because like
so...
in TAs, arts are not rich.
Okay, so I gotta apologize for something. Like I did go a little hard there and said like the way you play the game, Rio, it's fine. Like I was just like hyperbolic there for a second.
Oh no, I get it. I wasn't offended.
Okay, yeah, I just felt like I was a bit harsh there. But like I don't know. It's sort of like how some people want a slow sustained support for Quick, when that's not the appeal of Quick generally. It's just like you're advocating for a support that just kind of doesn't do what the card type normally does. And like maybe it could work, but we have so many options with arts that do the more efficient thing, that I don't see a reason to go outside of that and do the less efficient.
Well, it's because they give like these half measures. Like they have Johanna, who is a half measure. Then you have Proto Merlin, who's also a half measure. Like both of these servants are.
I don't know if I'd say Proto Merlin's a half measure. Like
yeah,
I think the bulk
crit buff.
Yeah, I think the bulk of her use is more so in her sustain than her.
Yeah, like
it is.
It is a sustain, like it, because her NP when paired with the Castoria just lets you stall more. Like if you're trying to really push things, it is a like, because the best thing for like with Proto Merlin is using her, and that's how she's like used like Minturns, is on the turn where your MP doesn't cut it, that's the turn you have to bring her in for that crit damage and to ramp it up. And it's a one turn thing, which means the timing is very annoying, and you have to like manage that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to go against you, like gang up on you with Otto, but like I think you can understand that this only benefits TA players.
It does. I mean, TA player or anyone who wants more offensive cards on arts. I don't think it only benefits TA. I think it greatly benefits, but I think it only does.
No, but like, why would you want more offensive cards on arts?
It's just like the only appeal of a buster crit is damage. and
Unless UTA, it
like,
really doesn't. Like
arts
because
cards,
I've
like,
talked to
game.
people, because I've tried to make this argument where I said like, you know, it's more fun, it's more optimal if you try to write a script for your clear, and then you follow the script, so you waste less time. But like because of all the negative feedback from that, I understand like okay, maybe that is not the case. Maybe people like to not retry and then rather play it safe and then just do the boring shit all the time. But you know, yeah.
Anyways,
Well-
I feel like we might have. Wait, what was the original question for this one?
Summer support.
A summer.
No,
support.
I thought the original question was, do we need an AOE
AOE
art super every summer?
Yeah.
And to which case, that was where I'm like, no, give us a new support
I mean,
instead.
Okay, so you would think that this is this went off topic, but that was actually my second question. My second debate topic was going to be like, because there's two camps of people, right? There's this one camp of people that says there's too many meta supports already, and they make the game like lose what it was supposed to be. Like we talked about how like MPs are so spammable now in all card types, you know, like things are not balanced, so we shouldn't introduce anything more to break the game further. But then there's the other camp that says if we just keep the meta supports to these couple of meta supports, the game's going to grow very stagnant because we all know how each card type is going to play. So making a new, even more broken meta support to further shatter the norm is actually the way to sustain the game's interest, how interesting the game is.
It's the opinion of it's a balancing thing. It's like you either make everything hyper balanced, or you make everything broken, and then it balances out by the virtue of everything being busted in its own little way.
Yeah,
so,
but like right now, I do feel like we are at a good balance point, but
I do. I think they are.
Isn't
like,
the second
card types
part.
are at a good balance point. I do think if I was gonna do anything to balance the card types, what I really would want is, because you know the arts thing I brought up because we were talking about arts loopers. I'm like, instead of an arts looper, do this for arts. But what I really want out of them is spread chargers for Buster and Quick. Is because that 50% dump is with the pens nowadays is actually really annoying. Like, so having that split for like a Buster and a Quick. Now for Buster, I don't know how to work because Buster is so inherently reliant on Koyan's cooldown reduction. If you remove Koyan's cooldown reduction, does Buster work anymore?
I mean, it's multi-core.
I guess it kind of depends on
In
like, what
multi-core,
you mean by work.
So, like, okay, in single core, Buster does not work without Koyan. In multi-core, I think multi-core would definitely benefit from. Yeah, this is farming. This kind of was bleeding into one of the topics I had. Is
it's all mixed together now.
It's all mixed together, but it's fine because like in Quick and Buster in single core, or Buster especially, Buster is so reliant on Koyan for single core, but in multi-core, I think Koyan is kind of detrimental in how she works because it's so reliant on that cooldown reduction. So I think
because you need two.
Because you need two. Yeah. So I think a split charge Buster support would actually be super welcome for Buster especially. I would love one for Quick as well. But I think Buster would need it more.
Split charge or spread charge?
Both. So it's like 30 spread, 20 targetable.
Isn't it so funny how like one of the weakest servants like premium supports for multi-core got an alt that became one of the best ones for the same card type?
What do you mean?
Not quite a support. I'm talking about Korean Dark.
Oh.
Because Korean Dark is really solid for multi-core. It's
this
funny
is
that they
30.
gave her an alt to do the things she could not.
Yeah, like the only thing is just her second skill upgrade and then give the target 20. Like that's like the one thing
that would make her just like that would make her basically what I want. Is you can give us Korean Dark, but No, it's not just Tonelico. Think about
Tonelico actually
it's-
doesn't need the targetable 20, I think.
yeah,
but
Tonelico doesn't
it's-
need the targetable 20. Tonelico generates so much.
Yeah,
art.
yeah. What am I saying?
Tonelico
I
is
forgot about
used
the pens.
as the, at least for
Yeah,
me,
okay,
is used as the middleman in arts teams, not in buster teams anyway. I
might
don't
do
buff.
Wait a
that.
second. Would that be the
I don't buff
case?
my Tonelico at all with buster buffs. I just buff
Well,
the.
You're
Wait,
still
would that
forced
be
to
the
pair with
case?
Castoria because the
Yeah,
special
but
effect.
like
What do you mean would
I
that be the case?
I honestly
Okay,
think that's the best multi-core team
I'm
in
just-
the game.
I'm just thinking, like, if you're doing a hypothetical setup with, like, Koyan Light, Koyan Dark, Tonelico, and, like, Oberon, what you could do, you could save the overcharge for the second turn, and you could use Oberon, since you got 20%, and then her 10% recharge, and then Oberon's first skill, then you could maybe make something work with that. But like,
that's
then
using
you,
two AOE servants. So like I think the
I
thing
mean,
with
yeah.
multi-core is you want to combine a single
well,
target
I'm
and
not
an
saying
AOE.
multi-core here. Like, I don't know. Like,
I mean,
if we're
fundamentally, wait, you mean like Tonelico MPs 3 times?
yeah,
I mean, Tonelico to
You
MP
start
3
with
times just
0.
uses double Vitch.
That's
I
like,
mean, yeah, but like, what if it's without any charge? I don't know. This is a
let
dumb
me try.
conversation. It's pointless.
no. I mean,
Like,
I mean,
the,
for
like
Tonelico
my
single core,
tangent is pointless.
I started
That's
with
what I mean.
Apex and then it works out.
I
Apex
feel like-
swapless.
I feel like Dark should work the same as Light because it's like OC +2 is same with cooldown -2, like for
Can't wait
yeah, but
for
that-
Korean Sky of the
For Tonelico.
Beach.
well, no, it doesn't reduce her skill 1, but
it's worth. Well, skill 1 can't get double casted anyways.
it can if you use the Mystic code, Atlas Mystic. That's why I'm saying like Apex double Koyan does work. So I mean, it is technically possible.
I will
I mean,
fucking
I-
ban people in chat if you guys keep using Zoomer terms like that. You are so ungodly unfunny.
I think though, I think Igmioni should be banned immediately for that one. Actually,
yeah.
I don't think you should. He did both of them. I don't think he should live. I'm asking you absolutely destroy that man.
I'm gonna.
Or at
I'm
least
going
time him out
to.
for 5 minutes.
Like give him.
I'm going
Time
to
out for
give
5
him.
minutes for offending me.
I am going to give him. I'm not going to mod him. Oh, no. I'm gonna time him out for 30 seconds. It'll delete all his messages, I think.
Yeah, wait.
It's-
You should
no, it
mod me
doesn't.
though. You give me power.
Boomers.
Oh my
It's
God.
not boomers to have a sense of humor, okay? like oh dude, I fucking hate the Zoomer talk thing. Like the joke, it's been for like almost a year now. The joke is like, haha, what if we use these weird words that Zoomers use to talk about random shit? Like, it's not funny. That's the entire joke. You're just using dumb words. Like the joke is you're saying stuff weird. And when you keep saying the same stuff weird over and over again, like it's not funny. You guys just want it to be the next like fucking Among Us or whatever.
Young people nowadays are stupid.
Damn.
I don't know if you've seen the videos
I mean,
where like they go out and they ask young people on the street just like basic questions like how many states are there, or like who were the combatants in the Civil War, and like they don't know, or like what countries border the United States, and they don't know.
See if they,
Or
if they
there was
use
what I saw
Zoomer
where it's
terms, they
like,
would've-
hey, what
they
country is
know-
Hawaii part of? And they didn't know.
Taiwan. Anyways, like if,
No,
if you-
Hawaii's not part of Taiwan.
I'm not.
Hey, Plushy, how many states are there?
I'm not saying a boomer.
know.
I'm not saying I'm a boomer. He's saying
Actually, I
I'm a
know, it's
boomer.
It's American knowledge.
I'm just curious
not
if you do how
American.
many states are in America.
I do not. I don't know.
Oh, do you know how many
I
stars
forgot.
are on our flag?
I forgot. I know it's
Same-
the same number,
isn't-
but I forgot.
Oh, dang.
It is.
Well, at least I know it's the same number.
Is it 50
the
or is
same
it
number?
52? I can't remember. Because
Otto,
like,
how many
52.
states are there in the United States? Otto, actual
is it
question.
52 or is it 50?
Oh
because-
my gosh!
So the reason why is because I know that there's
Who cares?
50, but I'm not sure if that's including Alaska and Hawaii or not.
Those are states.
Yes, I know, but they're not mainland. They're
That doesn't
completely
matter.
detached from the
There's
rest.
50 states.
Dude, this is how I learned geography when I was a kid. I had this DOS game that I don't know if it was a DOS game, but it was a game on a disc that had me match the state names to shit, and it had Alaska and Hawaii on these boxes separate from the states. So I'm not sure if it was 48 of the mainland ones or 48 or 50 of the mainland ones, and then you got 2 more.
No, it's the continental United States is 48 states, and then there's Alaska and Hawaii. Okay, Otto,
Okay,
quick
so
question.
it is 50.
Off the top of your head, what is 3 times 3 times 3?
That's 27.
Okay, good. We're at
Yeah,
least
I'm better at math than
you're
geography,
mathematically
okay?
sound here.
Dude, my friends made so much fucking fun of me because I knew like no flags ever.
Okay, Otto.
And it was, but like, that's
Fun with
understandable.
flags.
Otto,
Fun with
what
flags,
year? What year did the War of 1812 take place?
What the fuck is the War of 1812?
This is a trick question. I know it.
What is it though? What is the War of 1812?
It was
I
a
don't
war
know.
between
Was
us
it
and France where they burned the White House or something?
Was it 1812 maybe?
It was 1812. All right, you got that one.
No,
it's
like
called
that,
the
yeah,
War of
that-
1812.
No, but that could be a trick question.
Yeah, it
it's
does
not.
sound like one. It sounds like one. Like what it could be. I could see
Because-
it being something
okay.
like a war that starts in 1810, but like the bulk. But that's like a bunch of small shit, and then like it builds up into the big conflict at 1812.
So for example, right, there are two.
But that'd be so
There are
stupid.
2 years we use in Taiwan. 2 year systems.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, because
Oh.
it's
That's
the
two systems.
normal year system that everybody uses, and then the year where our party started. The year our party started. So it's 1911 years apart. So there's like two year systems. So like when they say for example the war of
1812?
The war of, I don't know, 87. You don't know if it's 1987 or
Was
it's
that?
1998.
Wait a second. Was that the War of 87?
Yeah, okay. That was a random number I came up with because of that. But like, okay, so like,
There's a
okay.
Zoomer joke to make myself look like a
So
hypocrite.
if it was a byte of 87, if you tell a Taiwanese person it was a byte of 87, they wouldn't know if it was 1987 or 1998. You know what I mean? Because like it's 87 in terms of Taiwan's own year system.
Oh, it's
but
just sort of like how FNAF fans can't tell if it's the byte of 87 or the byte of 83. Got it.
Anyway.
I'm sorry. It's the second time we've gone to FNAF lore in this fucking video.
It's wild.
Is FNAF lore really better than Skibbity? Okay, I'm gonna stop. Anyways,
Not you two.
Yeah, once again,
You're the same age as me. You have no excuse.
Yeah, but
I'm 25.
I am older than both of you. So as
Not combined.
not combined, of course not combined. If I was both your age combined,
You'd be dead. No, you wouldn't.
no,
be dead,
I'd be like 50.
You'd be like 50.
Look, I'll be
That-
honest.
50.
Your voice makes you sound like you could be 50. Like if a 50-year-old man talked and sounded like you, I wouldn't bat an eye.
Really? You think I sound that old?
Yeah, you got
about
like
me?
a gruffness to it, okay?
How about me? Do I sound 50?
No.
Do I sound Asian?
No, you don't. You're the whitest
you.
sounding person
Anyway.
I know.
Is it-
Sounding person or sounding Asian?
Person.
I'm not
What
sure
the
if I'd
fuck do
say
you mean
you
by that?
sound Asian, but it does sound like English might not be your first language.
No.
Wow.
He does. Plus, he does not
Big
sound like
sad.
ESL.
Big sad.
Like,
So I say that because I have friends who are from other countries that sound a little like him.
Oh my god, bro.
Okay.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
really?
I
Do you
mean,
think,
that sounds-
think I sound old? That's crazy. I did not think I sound that old.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone in chat put it right. You kind of have a smoker voice.
But that's where I don't smoke. That's the thing.
I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't smoke.
I don't smoke. I don't drink.
I don't
Holy
eat.
shit!
I
You
don't-
see a comment?
I don't
Plus, he
wake up.
doesn't sound like ESL. He sounds like he's got a speech impediment.
Bro,
No offense.
no disrespect.
Bro. Oh my god.
Dude, I
Holy-
love how like I like how whenever someone says like no
Right.
offense or no
It's
disrespect,
so ba-
they
it's
always
so
say
bad 'cause
something
you
really
have-
really disrespectful.
No, but plus you
It's
sound.
just like, I mean,
Oh,
like,
Dude,
God.
if you said that you grew up in like, you know, like a neutral sounding state, like, you know, Arizona, Utah, Idaho, something like that, you know, I would believe it because your voice is very like neutral English. There's no, I would never think you were in ESL, except for the sometimes when you use just that weird word choice every once in a while.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
yeah.
dude, one of the so like I had all sorts of angry conversations with people in the tier lists from in the tier list comments, but the thing that hurt me the most was someone asked if English was my second language because I
saw
mess up
that.
my words a lot, and I'm like, dude, I'm like the only person here who's like American.
You're the only one who
What the
is
fuck?
English first language. I missed English in his first language, right?
No, he's European.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's European.
He's
Finnish or
Finnish.
whatever.
Okay,
Right?
one of the two.
He's Finnish. Yeah.
I only remember
Wow.
he's Finnish
No,
because
it's a reference. Plus, you know
it's
what
a-
I'm getting at.
It's like the word Finnish.
Plushie sounds like boba tea, bro. What this is like devolving into like the out of pocket queso PS5 comments. You're like, bro sounds like boba tea. Bro sounds like, what did he say again?
What
Bro
state
sounds
do
like
I
he's got a
sound
speed
like I'm
impediment.
from?
Bro sounds like he is in the closet at all times. What the fuck does that even mean?
I think that's
it
the
because I
mic
sound
quality.
gay? Oh, it's the mic quality.
Yeah,
thought it
yeah, I
was
think
my
it's the
sound gay.
mic quality. I don't think he's
I'm-
calling you gay.
I'm curious as to
Look,
how
look,
my mic quality comes through. I mean, like, cause like my mic quality is good on
Sound
here, right?
like I'm from Ohio. Is that another Zoomer joke or is that like honest?
This is Dan Ween. It's probably serious.
Okay. Okay, because like that's
It'll be
Okay.
a filter. No, it's
Okay,
just a
if
cheap
I-
USB mic. Like,
yeah.
what
If
do you-
No,
I don't know,
I am
I'm so-
very much so American. I was born in Utah, grew up there for a couple years, moved to Washington State, lived there for a couple years, moved to Arizona, and I've been here ever since.
At least you
Um,
weren't told you sound autistic.
Dude.
Is sounding autistic worse or sounding a speech
Yeah,
with
I
a
mean,
speech
I'm-
impediment worse? Like honestly,
I am just so conditioned to assuming that when a person says Ohio, they're trying to make a Zoomer joke because literally just saying the word Ohio is a joke in this day and age.
See, back in my day, Ohio
But-
used to be a joke in the weeb community because it sounds like Ohio.
Oh yeah,
Um,
like
like
hello.
good morning in
Yeah, good
Japanese.
morning.
It's not hello, it's good morning, you ignorant swine.
yeah,
But
yeah. That's why I said good morning immediately after it.
yeah. But anyway, yeah.
Dude, I learned that shit at summer camp in the South. I don't know why this guy taught us that part of some fucking Bible lesson, but he taught us Ohio gozaimasu is good morning, teacher, or some shit.
It's just good morning.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he
no,
okay. Maybe he said sensei. I don't know. I don't remember it. This was like 12 years ago.
Bro,
yeah,
how did
why
this
is your
happen?
why is your Bible camp trying to teach you Japanese? I'm curious.
I don't know. I don't
Also,
know where
why
the
were you
guy
at a
came
Bible
from.
camp?
Maybe he was a weeb. I went there because like my sister went there and like she enjoyed it, so I went there too, and I
Oh.
thought it was enjoyable. Like I made some friends there that I haven't talked to in years.
Oh no, I stopped going camping after I shattered my leg and wound up in a wheelchair because of it.
Dude, I got so dehydrated I had a seizure and had to go to the hospital. So
Ooh.
that was like
Drink your
okay.
water.
The good thing about it though was we, like, if I had stayed, we would have had to do some dumb skit that someone wrote where I think
Like
we would
this
have
one?
to no,
We're
like
doing
this
that
is
now?
actually kind of fun. And we had like 2 people from our group leave camp before that. So so like I was in the hospital like telling them like, "Hey, it's a shame I wasn't there for that." Because like they couldn't perform, but secretly I was like, I'm actually kind of glad I'm here instead because I really did not want to do that.
The
Anyways,
Yeah.
cringe like
Anyways,
It is
icebreaker.
cringe.
so
I
the Ohio comment, like I kind of appreciate that because my mom was born in Ohio. My dad was an Alabaman. Is that how you say it? Alabaman?
I thought they
Alabamian?
called them. Okay.
Were you
Yeah,
gonna make an
yeah, I know
incest
what
joke?
I know what
Is
they,
that- is that
I
where
know
you're
what
going
they
with
say.
that, Flushy?
It's
No.
Alabamanese.
No, I was gonna make an incest joke. Trust me.
Yeah, it's I hate that. Like dude, it's not even. I think it's like number 5 or something on rates of incest. I want to say it's not Cincinnati. What's right next to New York again?
I'm sorry. Is there a place that tracks like rate of incest in the
Yeah.
United States?
Yes, there are sites that keep track of everything,
I'm
basically.
googling this. There has to.
Of course you're interested.
U.S. key facts on incest.
Alaska
in
is number
2022.
1. Yeah, because if you have 2 people in Alaska do something, they're like number 1 in the world.
Dude, okay, I think you are looking at that like this image here.
There's not
you know,
enough people. Oh my god.
Popularity. Look at Alaska.
No,
Alaska,
I
Kansas,
wasn't.
Arkansas,
I'm not
Kentucky,
talking
and
about
West
porn
Virginia.
searches. No,
No,
I'm talking
but
about actual offenses. I think
It's
it
not
is-
porn. It's web search.
Yeah,
web
this is
search.
web search.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but
why
so
do you think
Alaska's
people look
really
up
into it.
incest on the internet?
I don't know.
Other than I guess for statistics, which would be very ironic if this site that is collecting web search statistics is reporting
It's
on
skewing
people.
it's skewing
Yeah.
the numbers
Like-
of their report. Yeah.
Yeah. 5-year sample. I'm opening an incognito tab for that one. I don't want.
That's just an image. It's just an
No,
image.
no, I'm googling something else. I'm just doing it so Google doesn't think I. It's
Look,
not like
I didn't
I'm
open
afraid of it.
incognito- I didn't open an incognito tab when I typed into Google incest rate in the United States. You know what? If Google wants to make, they're already listening to me, so
No,
they've already heard
so-
me say incest like
I
10
know that
times here.
googling certain things brings up certain things in other websites. So like whenever I want to look up something that does that and prevent it from affecting my algorithm because it's a weird fucking thing to search. This is incognito.
Of course you didn't go into incognito. It's like recently searched.
It's not. I assure you, I don't seek that out.
Yeah. Anyways, why are we
okay,
talking about this?
Because I have a
because someone
speech
said
impediment.
Ohio and
And then I said
someone
my mom's
yeah, and
Ohio,
you got
and then
mad
Alabama, and then
you know-
then people are like Lamau incest.
Yeah,
Lamau, I have a speech impediment. Okay, how do I sound like I have a speech impediment again? I just said speak impediment. I kind of know why now.
I thought you said
Okay,
speed
never mind.
impediment.
Okay, never mind. Okay,
You
now
don't,
I
though.
kind of
I
understand
don't-
what.
I don't think you do. I think you'd be perfectly fine. You know, if you were just talking to people, they wouldn't be able to tell.
Thank you. Anyways, they won't be able to tell I have a speech impediment. Anyways,
I
I'm
like the
joking.
idea that he doesn't search for incest, but rather consistently searches incest statistics for the United States. Dude, that actually, I wanted to, because I presume we were gonna talk about like what we want for summer this year.
Yeah, dude.
That's
Oh
what
yeah,
this is.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then it turns out like what the top rated state for incest search is actually the place the person who aggregated all this data was, because he just skewed it so ridiculously high.
The fucking data maker. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
But no, let's do it because we're nearing 3 hours, so I presume you want to not
Oh
go
my
on
God.
forever. See, Otto, you were worried about us hitting time, but don't worry. Me and Plushy,
Yeah.
we can derail things for
Yeah,
hours.
and me, like I'm a big tangent guy. Let's be
That's
honest
true.
here.
Yeah, true. You did get us on the incest tangent.
No, that was okay. To be fair, that was actually Plushie.
You can't blame me on that.
I said Alabama, and Plushie was the first person to. Yeah.
Look, I'm not an American, okay? All I know about America
You've
is
lived in
from
America
movies.
for like 2 years. At what point do you become
don't count.
American?
I don't count. That don't count, bro. That don't count.
I mean, I'm Irish American by a lot of
No,
people's
no,
logic.
no. You're
but...
just American. You were born in America. Did you live in Ireland? Then you're just an American. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just like how you're not French, right, Rio?
Yeah. You can't look. You can't just add stuff up to try and like distance yourself. Just admit it. You were born in America. You've only lived in America. You're American.
Not everyone would agree with that, but let's
Stop
not go
trying
into
to
that.
escape to another. Stop trying to escape your fate. You're going to be American. But
all right. So, what was the question we were on? Was it the same question as last time I asked? What the question?
No.
let's move on
Okay.
to-
So I said like, okay, I'm just gonna sum it up. Sorry. So basically, I said like we didn't actually go off track because my second debate was going to be like, should we break the meta by introducing more, broken supports to make the game feel more fresh, or should we keep it this way because right now things seems balanced, and then Alabama ends up being really balanced. So, anyways, one more thing I guess we can talk about is summer wish list again. I don't have we talked about summer wish list before?
no, we didn't even get to talk about what SSRs you'd remove from the game. But
No,
I don't really care for that
You
question.
can-
I
you
just know
can-
you're gonna say Constantine and like
no,
Summer
actually,
Dookie or
I
some
wouldn't
shit.
say Constantine. Thank you very much.
Yeah, everybody says Constantine. That's the easy answer.
Yeah, that's easy. Constantine's the easy one. Saying to remove Cleopatra and Li Xuan, those are the
Oh.
challenging
Why
ones.
Li Xuan? Cleopatra, sure. Why
Li
Li
Xuan's
Xuan?
just boring. I think he's boring.
He's good though. He's really
Yeah.
good.
But yeah, anyway, let's talk about summer.
Yeah.
You
Wait,
know what
did
I
we
actually-
did we even talk about Plushie's other question? Wait.
That was the other question. The other question was like, the first question was like, is it a good thing or bad thing that we introduce
Okay.
arts AoEs every year? And the second question is, should we introduce meta? Then, yeah.
And I said, yeah, they should. I think they should give us, Buster spread chargers, and they should give us quick spread chargers. They should just, introduce those things, which then got on the idea of like, is Buster hold in single core solely reliant on Koyan? Which I think the answer is yes.
Unless of course you want to be the guy that talks about how you were able to do that with Melusine back like when she was first released, because
Oh,
she was
gross.
able to 3-turn with it. Because like
That was gross.
yeah,
Hey, that was back when everyone's like, Melusine's funny and all, but like, is she really practical? And the answer was no.
I mean like she was good. It's just Buster wasn't like as favored then.
Yep.
Yeah, she
It's like-
was she
because-
was still packing a K scope. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, no, you didn't pack a
Ugh.
K-scope if you were transforming because you got 100% battery.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. She has a K scope in her skill set.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so summer wish list.
I
I-
want. There's two things I want that will never happen because I think they'd be. It's because they never do. They'll never do dudes in summer. So,
He said
I would,
Dude, you want a dude?
no, they'll never do dudes, and so that's what inspires the two I want to say is I think they should give. I would like Paulo and Oreo, not as like a duo together, but like summer versions of them.
Apollo.
Yeah, Pollux. Sorry, Pollux.
Pollux. Oh, okay. I thought you said Apollo, and I was like,
No,
I
Wait,
think it's not
wait.
pronounced Pollux. I've been
Like-
I think
Pollux
it's
for a
pronounced
long
Apollo
time.
and-
Paulo. I'm pretty
I
sure
think
it's
it's
pronounced
Paulo.
Paulo. Yeah,
Yeah, I
you're
think
making me think I'm crazy. It's Paulo. It's spelled P-O-L-L-U-X.
it sounds
but I
like
believe it's Paulo.
bollocks, which
Yeah,
is
but, like,
very
I-
much not
be-
the same thing.
Because I've always said Pollux, and then I think I got corrected by someone. Because
Yeah, like I
Paulo.
normally say Pollux, but I'm pretty sure it is Paulo.
Just call her Pillow.
No,
call her the woman Dioscuri. There you
the
go.
woman Dioscuri.
The woman Dioscuri. There it is. All right.
See-
so
See, like, the weird thing about that though, like, is, Okay, so if she's gonna like duo with Castor again, then like I'm assuming they might swap it around, sort of like with what they did with Summer Ann. In which case we'd be summoning a guy, and she would just be tagging along.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so they would have to be alone. But that'd be weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It would.
So how I just don't know how that would handle that is the thing.
I mean, I don't know. It's like, I mean, we got Super Orion. I have no idea how by proxy, like it's like Artemis and Orion. I mean, we did get. I think Super Orion is probably the best example of that, which is like a character that was a, a character that was just an attachment essentially to Artemis. Turns out to be like his own character, right? So I can see that. But yeah.
Still so funny that they're counted as a male.
Yeah, but like the problem with Dioscuri though is like they wouldn't even be Dioscuri anymore. They would be like Monoscuri or some shit. Like it wouldn't make sense.
I do think I would like them to have a summer form, but the problem is like would they ever do that? Because they don't like giving guys, but they would have to include like lore wise. I'm pretty sure Castor has to be there.
All right.
And like.
All right, so it wouldn't be Monoscuri. It would be Dioscurus.
You're right. I'm so stupid. See, English, not my first language.
No,
I can't even make a convincing Chinese.
He's making stuff up too. That's not what it would be. Also, no, the reason I say Dioscuri is because I would like a Dioscuri that isn't actual garbage.
Unoscuri. You're right. Actually,
Uno
dos. Dos
Uno?
is Uno Scary, yeah. Uno dos. 1 2.
But it's
right?
Dios. Then it would be God Curie. Wait. I'm confused now.
It'd be Jotaro or something. I don't know, Jojo.
I guess that wouldn't be too wrong.
Genderbend, the male one, then we have twin girls. Oh no, they run into Kosh and Koji in the dark alley.
Oh, Kosh and Koji is so funny. Like they used to come up with a bunch of different reasons. To why this character is genderbend, and now it's just Kosh and Koji cut your dick off.
Yeah, they turned around in an alley and they ran into Kosh and Koji, and whoops.
Oh, they're pee gone. There you
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
no, also Oreo, the Ryoma.
Yeah.
Girl.
I don't see that ever happening.
That's what I mean. I'm like, I would love for them.
Yeah, I guess it's a wish list, not predictions.
Yeah, no, I'm not predicting. Look, if I was gonna predict, the predictions are easy. If you want to be like stupid, you can just say, I think Creamhill has a good chance. I actually think Fujino has a good chance this year. Either Cuckoo or Talalok this year have a good chance. Van Gogh probably has a good chance. I mean, obviously Aresh has a chance, but for giggles, I hope it never happens. Space Ishtar could be one this year, though.
Your opinion really changed a lot after seeing that one design.
No. I'm just saying.
Damn.
I'm just saying Space Ishtar has a chance.
Isn't she like?
Nah.
Isn't she supposed to be like a 14-year-old or something?
Up. I refuse. I can't hear you.
I thought she's 10.
I can't hear you.
Oh. Oh no.
Wait, no. Maybe she's not 10. I'm sorry.
She's not 10.
Okay,
she's 12.
I'm
sorry. She's a 10 if you're Rio.
It's 12. It's not even worse than 14. My God.
I think you're under the misunderstanding. There is no sexual desire here for these characters. I just think the design is cute.
I do think that's a cool design with the cowboy hat.
You have to understand. People have to understand. I have never once, at any point in time, ever in the history of playing FGO, looked at any character through any lens of sexuality. It is simply I like cute character designs, and I like the interaction with the characters.
If you're going to try and defend yourself, at least say something that sounds kind of convincing.
But it is true.
Like you're playing Fate Grand Order and you spend a lot of money on it. Like
I don't.
Do you really never have any sort of?
I have never
feelings?
looked up a Dojin for any character. I don't read dojins. I
Hmm.
don't look up that kind of stuff.
See,
I
like,
have no interest in it.
you just sound like you're still lying.
No, you have to remember he's not in the same generation as we are.
It's like a person
Look,
gets accused.
see,
It's
Rio,
like a
Rio,
person
I
Rio.
gets
didn't grow up with a
accused.
porn addiction like you guys did.
It's
Rio,
look,
Rio,
it's
you're,
like
you're either old or you're horny. There's no in between. All right, I think yeah.
it's
There you go.
like a person gets accused of lying, and the way they defend themselves is saying, "No, I've never lied in my life." Like,
No, I mean I believe.
nah, I don't
I think
think that's
Rio's a very
convincing.
different. Rio's very different.
Look, I'm a straight-laced person. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You know, you've never heard me use vulgarity either. I don't swear.
Yeah.
Do you?
I don't
Yeah.
drink.
I actually genuinely don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's a man of God.
Exactly.
Oh.
But not like
Catholic.
not like Catholic priest type. No, I saw
Oh,
that
God,
coming a
that's-
mile away.
Oh no.
I didn't think about that. I didn't think
Yeah,
about
no,
that.
thanks, Blushy. You made it worse.
God damn it! All right.
Oh no. Oh god.
You're like, oh yes, like a Catholic priest. But I hate Shotas. So checkmate, atheists.
Okay.
Otto's
So
hit up the limit of my weirdness, I think.
so back to summer.
All right. Summer wish list.
All right,
go.
Plushie, you go next. And say something
go
other than
next?
Koreanskaya.
Yeah, you can't say Coin Sky, especially after that last
Yeah,
video.
we already know.
What? No comment.
No comment?
No comment.
can't-
You
can't
have
think
no
of anyone
wish?
outside of Koin
Dude,
Sky.
you would get killed
Draco,
so fast.
Draco.
Draco.
Yeah,
Okay.
you would get killed so fast in Grill War, man. Like, I don't really care
Draco.
about the grill.
I mean, Draco, Whore of Babylon. Like, it's a good. It's a like people aren't happy with it. Just give them what they want. And also, like we've seen servants that became more. We've seen beast servants that self-claim to be more close to beast, their beast form in their summer form. Like Kama, she said she's like what 70% Mara, right? Was that what she said? She said something around those lines, basically. So yeah,
true.
we have Beast Draco like that. Look at this. It's all over the place. Obviously, I'm not saying they should make it like this exactly, but like, you know, they should give the Draco fans some justice. Like some people have been waiting for this design for ever since she was revealed in arcade, and then they just didn't get it, and then they're like very upset about it. You know, so like I think
I
don't
have to think
see
the
it?
reason that design didn't happen is because that design was not done by Wada Arco, and Wada
Arco did redraw this, which was it's very rare that I dislike a piece of Wada Arco art, but I actually kind of dislike how she drew this design. Because she gave her a very red lips. It's like a kid who doesn't know how to put on lipsticks. Let me try to find that art.
I also think that like for Draco, part of the thing was her third ascension didn't look like other Neros, and I think that was kind of like the neat part.
Well, yeah, but like for a lot of Nero fans, they were really waiting for
but
The way they were talking about this.
who's it? Nero fans? Oh,
Well, there's a lot of them, you know,
That's
like
true.
that. There's a lot of them, so like it will be. I guess like this will just make everyone get what they want, right? Like
True.
everyone gets what they want eventually, right? So okay, so here is the one that is drawn by what
So do you think they would pull a summer Ibuki and not go with the child version?
The child? I don't think so, because the child version was designed by Wadarko, so I think they would cut the third ascension. No, I mean, okay. Also, the third ascension is also done by Wadarko, but like
cut the second ascension. So have summer first ascension, and then a summer third ascension, and then a summer, beast.
That is
version.
exceptionally expensive, though. They will have to make 3 like completely different animations, which I mean is Draco, so maybe. Okay. So, also, this is how Wadarko drew.
I don't know if you want to show that one on stream. Those boobs are kind of like hanging out there pretty far.
This is not a CE. This is an in-game CE. No, is this not
it is
a
in-game?
I thought.
Is it?
Oh,
Hold
it
on.
is.
I don't
is this
remember
not?
it.
Oh, never mind. Maybe it's not.
No, this is a CE. This is a CE.
Yeah, see,
was a
last
CE
order
in
to those who
arcade.
resist. Yeah, this is
Oh,
this
it's
is
an
a CE.
arcade. Okay.
Yeah,
Would
this is
explain
a CE. So I mean, look, the boobs in Fake Grand Order, like
They're
really?
spilling
What do you
out
mean?
there.
What?
What the
Insane.
passion lip? What do you mean? Like it's
Yeah,
boobs
and
Passion
spilling
look
lips
out
are
who
in Fake
covered.
Grand
hasn't gotten a swimsuit. Also, I think that maybe not this year, but she seems very likely for next year. Just
I do
talking
think
about-
the passion lip comment was bait. Like I think we do have a good chance of summer passion lip.
Yeah, so I don't know why her lips are this red. Like if you zoom in, you will see how red her lips are. It's like she doesn't know how to fucking put on lipstick. Like holy shit. It's really funny. But anyways,
I'll be right back.
Yeah,
One second.
I think Draco could be an interesting pick. I really like the Proto Merlin though. I think Proto Merlin's pretty cute here. But yeah.
I see.
So other than Draco and Koyanskaya, I guess. Okay, and other than Tomo Aria, because I do also think like maybe they could make Tomo Aria like Proto Merlin, you know. That's blood. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that's blood.
I mean, it looks
Well-
kind of like the lipstick that she did for Aphrodite.
Hey,
'Cause,
that's
yeah.
blood, but like, why is it so clean? If it's blood, it should be dripping all over the place. You're telling me she did like
or
the-
it should be darker, unless that's very fresh.
You're telling me she did the Joker thing, you know, like
In-
like
In which case,
the-
she's basically applying it like lipstick, which means like why
Yeah,
why even
yeah.
specify?
yeah. So I don't know. I think this is a little silly looking,
Okay.
but like if you reduce the red lips, I like how Wadarko draws her because it's just Nero. Anyways, but yeah, I think other than maybe new Aria Servant or Koyanskaya or Draco. What do I really want? I want Medea,
See,
unironically. I mean, a
Like
big part of that is
Medea? Like
yeah.
not Medea Lily
look,
though.
I-
But
No,
normal
no,
Medea.
look,
No, because I like her voice actress. It's Carmilla's voice actress. Like she doesn't really get roles anymore. Like I think Medea is kind of like underexplored as a character, despite how important she is to some stuff. Like it's just like she is the most not really. Kojiro is the most disrespected Stay Night cast character, but Medea is not far behind, honestly. So Medea can have a chance. It'll be Lily. Yeah, it'll probably be Lily. Lily definitely feels like a character they would make into a summer more than base Medea, but I really want base Medea. Yeah. I guess I'll leave it there. Like, if you need more entries,
Say
I can
his
have
name
some
and
I
more.
he will
her
appear.
voice actress still gets roles. I just looked it up, and she has like she shows up in
No,
a couple
no,
of
I
anime.
mean FGO. Like, she
Oh.
doesn't. Yeah.
Let's say
She voiced
she's not-
Jinkei, Medea, and Carmilla. Yeah. Sorry.
So I already said summer shooting earlier. Honestly, I just want to have like one pick that I really like. I don't need more than one pick that I really like because that's
Yeah, because you'd rather spend on
Yeah.
just one banner and not
Yeah,
have to.
it's-
be like, oh
it's a
man,
pain
I
in
want to
the
spend on
ass.
both.
Here's the thing. I don't mind there being not a lot of things that I super care about this year because after last year, I'd rather not repeat it. Like I'm still grailing them. I'm not done yet. I gotta.
Yeah, dude, Summer 5 was painful for me because I rolled for Summer Kiara and she was an absolute she was a real pain to roll. And then banner 2 was Summer Murasaki. So like if they're on the same banner, that's one thing, but they usually split them from my experience.
Summer Murasaki is a surprising thing because she's like, I think she punches above her weight
Definitely, especially after the fucking MP upgrade. was
after the
amazing.
MP upgrade, especially. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Jesus. Yeah.
It's funny how like everyone else on her banner was so hated.
What was that? Who else was on her radar?
Summer Abbey and Summer
Abby.
Tomoe.
Oh, yeah, well, Tomoe sucks. And Summer Abbey is a servant that is just
A servant of all time,
a servant of all time. Like, not
definitely
the
get-
worst. I think she gets more flack than she deserves, but
For
I do
sure,
think
for sure.
her having like an AoE NP really works against her. I think if she was single target, with the way her kit works, it would have been much more favorably received.
I guess, but like,
I'm assuming that's just because of the single target debuffs.
Because her debuffs are a single target, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
It just like I think that if she was single target, it'd be easier to work with. The fact that it's AOE, it's like she is there for them to realize how to do it correctly, and then Takeru comes out and does the, you know, the single target debuff correctly.
Yeah.
You know, because Takeru has that giant single target like arts down on
Man,
the.
I'm just glad she doesn't get screwed over by magic resist, because that's the problem with a lot of debuffers. But she has 30% debuff success on her third skill.
Yeah,
It's
so that at
always
least
nice.
negates that. Yeah, I
I
don't
wish-
think Summer ever goes the worst.
They should just,
like
like-
Summer, but
Alright, so
Tomoe is bad. Tomoe is really bad, and so like I did roll that just to get some copies of Murasaki.
okay, so how do you guys feel about this? So positive, we remove debuff we remove magic resist from enemies, but negative, the cost is we remove magic resist from ourselves. How do you guys feel about
I'm
that?
not willing to put up with that. No.
I am absolutely
Absolutely.
fuck, but okay, but
Never
but
mind.
the-
Apparently
okay,
not.
but-
Absolutely.
okay. There's only one thing I use is when I try to reach like almost 100% with like what's his face, with that guy
Asclepius?
Asclepius. Yes.
Just lower him, dude.
No. What I mean is like the only time I really care about debuff
Oh,
resistance,
right.
I get
It's
it to
50.
so high that it's basically an immunity. If we're just talking about like debuff resist passives, I say it's nice, but like I don't give a shit. It's RNG. It's annoying. Like I would rather not bet on that.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't feel as bad as stuff like buff removal resist at 20% on a passive, because like even if they debuff you, it doesn't lose you the fucking game. So like buff removal resist feels really bad because if you miss that 20%, you lose the game. But like still, I genuinely believe
It's also a lot easier to deal with debuffs because like
removal, immunities.
Yeah, when it comes to buff removal, you have very limited options, but like you have the ability to put codes on your cards that remove debuffs now. So like I don't feel like debuffs are that big of an issue defensively. So like honestly,
not.
I guess kind of a hot take. Yeah, just fuck magic resist. Remove it all. I'd be down for that.
I still want it.
Why?
Just because it's really nice when you have like, because I do a stuff like anytime I'm using like, you know, melt or something like that, like to just like, because with goddess core and magic resist, like just to like basically like half the debuffs miss.
Okay.
That is approaching like
so here's
Unity territory. Yeah.
here's the thing. I did not say goddess core, so we could keep goddess core.
Right, but then you're just reducing the point is that they work together well, because magic resistance plus goddess core is like 40 some odd percent resist.
Look, you either get debuffed or you don't get debuffed. There is no 20% chance. There are no 20% of debuffs.
I get her 120, and the expression she has is frowning on the level up. Like
frowning?
It's like,
Wait,
she's like, what the fuck did
Oh.
you just do?
look at that! Look at that! Look at that! She's not happy.
What is wrong with you?
Like, what is wrong with you? I just finished getting Say to 120 for the,
Yeah, look at
and
that.
her expression is upset. We can make it bigger so they can see your expression.
Yeah, hold on. Actually had it set up so I could show it larger. Yeah.
Or else people's attention will be focused on Proto Merlin's thighs.
Look at that. This is the face of someone who just got to 120.
She's not very happy.
She knows the responsibility
She
that has
knows
been
I've
put
made
on
a
her.
mistake. I've made a horrible mistake that there's no going back from. I ran out of experience cards at the end So I just used saber lilies that I had from rolling
Oh,
FP to
no.
finish leveling her up.
That's why she's frowning. You just fed her human
I
beings.
did force feed her saber lilies. You know what?
That's
That
fucked up.
may be part of the problem.
Oh my god.
I just have so many saber lilies. I have habitrots too, but I didn't want to, I wasn't gonna feed habitrots.
Dude,
That's inhumane.
I never
Why?
got
I
around
burned
to
all of
like.
them.
I still haven't rolled my habitrots. I have a ton of FP, and I just like during that event.
Just had the FP rolling event.
I
And
know.
you didn't do it.
I know. It also happened like right when I started my job, so.
I burnt all of the extra ones. I've burnt probably 10 habitrots. And
I've never
20
burnt a
saber
habitrot.
lilies
I have
before.
like between both my accounts, I probably have like 60 or 70 habitrots.
What? Who can't? Why? I run out of space
I
all
don't
the
know.
time.
I don't want to
How do you
burn
have the
them.
luxury?
I don't want to burn them.
How do you have the luxury of doing that shit?
You don't want to bow burn them.
No. You'll do it without you 120 more. Yeah, feed them saber like no that's what I'll do in JP when I'm if we get a summer habitrot, then I'll 120 her as well because I have to, and then I'll feed her. Dude, I should have saved like passion lip copies when I got duplicates instead of burning them for RPs just to if we ever get cause her a drop to feed them to her for the 120.
This is the state of my second archive when it comes to writers.
Bruh.
That's child play. I have like triple the amount of Astolfos in my second archive.
That's child.
Damn, yours are multiplying too.
I do not burn Astolfos unless it's a channel point reward on my channel. I just keep anytime I get an Astolfo, I throw it in the second archive. And
what's with that, Liz? I already got her to 80 because I played the event both times. Why is Marie there? I mean, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with her. Like,
you got spare Maries?
And
That
spare
reminded
Maries,
me.
Oh.
On a gameplay thing.
and
I
then
wanted to
here's
bring
my
this-
sabers. Yeah, I got a few saber lilies.
Yeah, you got a few
You wanna-
saber lilies.
You wanna
As a
burn what?
gameplay mechanic, so you know how some servants like because Marie Alter, for example, she gives like guts to everyone but herself, and I don't know why I thought this when I saw it, and I was like, what if there was a servant that there were like certain buffs like maybe like evades or invincible or guts where they were not able to get those buffs at all, but instead if they ever got targeted for those type of buffs, it converted into like a damage buff instead. So like some sort of like they don't lack all defensive options, but like one of the defense options converts into a damage buff instead. Would that be an interesting
Wait, can you repeat that?
so like say for example you had a servant who had like a passive, so where every time like invincibility was used on them, they did not get invincibility, but instead that it was converted into a attack buff, like a really high attack buff. So kind of like how Cuckoo has the passive that converts it to anti-purge, but like have that, but instead it converts it to something else. Obviously give them some other form of survival like guts or something like that, or like they can take evades, but or make it so that they can't have guts applied. If you try to apply guts, it converts it to something else. So they sacrifice a defensive thing, the ability to get that defensive, for getting a massive offensive increase instead for those.
That would be that'll certainly be an interesting like full offense servant. I guess it depends on what card type you make it in.
Like imagine if they were like quick and they like couldn't get evades, and instead it converts evades to a 50% attack up. Like
so you just want Caster Scotty to
you just use Caster Scotty, or like anyone with a targeted evade, it then becomes like Van Gogh becomes like an increase thing, but it converts it to it. So like a 1-turn evade becomes a 1-turn attack up, a 1-hit evade is a 1-hit attack, something like that.
I think that's interesting. That's very cool. But like the like usually they have to be a little bit scared of special interactions. But yeah, that could be really cool.
Yeah, I was thinking. It just came to me as a thought when I was looking at Marie Alter's kit, because I'm like, she doesn't get her own guts. What if instead she got something different? And it's like, And that's what my thought. And I'm like, that'd be a cool interaction, but
Hey guys,
you know,
guess how many medias I have on my
Why you-
JP account?
why are you clicking medias? Why?
Aphrodite Catalyst, because
Yeah.
she ruined
my
Media's
gosh.
life. So
Oh god.
You have so much space taken up by media. Why?
yeah,
Your second archive,
I'm
my
dedicated,
dude.
bro. Yeah. So I have a whopping 207, and that's just this account, because I'm also saving them on my NA account.
Look, my like 30 habitats per count is nothing like that. You want to talk about the space wasting? Look at that.
Yeah. Also got some random other servants here for some reason. I don't know. I wish I had my Kim On Yu here, wherever she is, because I've gotten her twice apparently, because I have 75
Wait, so go to
coins.
filters and set it. This is your second archive, right?
Yep.
Do filters
know.
and let's do what happens when you 4-star Lancer?
Oh, apparently Media is a 4-star Lancer now.
Well, because you have her selected.
Yeah.
And switch it to unselect them. So go in and out.
Yeah. Yep. Not there.
And then set it to server. Well, yeah. So what about your main thing, not your second archive?
Let me look in enhance.
No, you don't have to look in enhance. You can just look from second archive.
Well, yeah. Either way. And we got Finn. We got Janta,
Hey,
Parvati.
you burned her. I don't know
Vlad.
how you managed this, but you did.
Yep. I don't know.
You are impressive. I'm gonna be honest. That is.
I guess maybe what I did was I was like, okay, I really need rare prisms. I'm probably gonna get her later, and then I just never got her. Account showcase.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, this is not an OG account. This is just a very developed account. Dude, I had like a few seconds of B-roll in my Berserker video where I was just showing like developed account with sabers, and I just scroll and there's like 40 gold sabers, and I'm like, oh, okay, wait a second. Maybe this isn't accurate for normal people.
No. Yeah. Normal people don't have that.
Yeah. We are not normal people, unfortunately.
No, we're abnormal.
Yeah, who the fuck spends thousands of dollars on a game with anime people?
I don't know. Ask apparently just normal people, because
everybody plays Genshin, right?
yeah, I was about to say
Star Rail.
Genshin, which that my main problem with those type of games is I love that FGO has different character designers and artists. You know, sometimes the art looks weird, but I think it's so boring how every character in those games looks the same.
Yeah, I don't like
My
that
problem
either.
with Genshin Impact is Chinese people.
And he can say that as a Chinese person.
Ah,
If I say it, suddenly I'm offensive.
see, you
I
don't understand why
I
every
don't-
character in Genshin look the same. It's to reflect how it's made by
See,
Chinese people.
It doesn't.
I'll be right back.
So I don't hate Chinese people. I just hate China because the Chinese government is terrible.
True, that is the American way. We do hate we don't hate the Chinese people. We just hate the government that runs China.
You know, we don't hate the players. We hate the games.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, I do think that FGO having different artists is one of like the strengths, because you know it's nice to see different artists, and then the sprites do kind of reflect that, but the sprites are also consistent enough in like the designs that they're, you know, that they all blend in like in combat and everything.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, Chinese writing sucks. It does. I don't know if you've ever read, like, I read a lot of comics online, and especially Japanese and Korean ones. Too much Korean ones for personally, but the problem with any time you run into a Chinese written one, the pacing is always terrible. I have never found a Chinese written comic that has any decent pacing, and they also go on forever. and lose what makes them interesting because they never end. It's like the concept of ending doesn't exist.
No, because like that's for
you can just make more money off of it.
serialization. Yeah.
It's
Yeah, dude.
terrible. They're not good. Even if you start with,
Why
with
do
a
you-
good sounding idea, it
Why
ends
do you think
terribly.
One Piece hasn't ended yet?
It'll end eventually, I swear.
Penny's
no,
writing never
I
got it,
can't
which
stand
See,
Chinese
it
comics.
hasn't ended
They're-
because the One Piece isn't real.
me when I write.
Dead memes all around.
Yeah, I mean that has been my summer wish list.
yeah.
Didn't you just like? Wasn't it just like Draco?
He said Draco, and then
Yeah,
he
it's
pissed
just
about
Draco.
Koyan a little bit, and then he left.
Yeah. Well, I said summer shooting. I want Passion Lip, and I think she's probably gonna happen next year now that there's higher demand.
I think Passion Lip is likely this year. I think that was a bait comment. I think that's bait, and it'll happen. So-
Maybe, because like, I don't know, like the developer pipeline might be too
Well,
long
here-
for that
here's the
because
thing.
like it took them a year and a half for Takasugi to get added.
So the summer is locked behind Ordeal Call, right? What if it is the Moon Cancer Ordeal Call? So that would mean we can make
No, they
Cosner
locked
drop
it behind Ordeal called Prologue, bro. What do you mean?
right. Right, it's
not
locked
id.
behind Ordeal Call. I didn't say it.
Oh. I mean, yeah, but it's not id. So like, why does? Okay, I actually never mind. I know what you mean, but
I didn't say id though.
no. I was gonna say
Id.
like, if it's not tied, if it's not locked to id, why would it make sense to be tied to like the chapter next to id? But they do that all the time. I forgot.
Yeah, so they make it the Moon Cancer like Ordeal Call type thing. That way we can have Cosner drop as the anniversary servant, and then we can have things like Summer KP and Passion Lip, and then they can throw some other stuff in there, and it'll be good. It'll be great. That's my cope. That's my cope for the year.
Sounds pretty great to me.
CCC. Yeah. Well, they don't have. Except Passion Lip, KP does not have a summer form. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Summer KP is just the inner lowly. No, I don't know how you would make KP without her main growth
It
skill.
makes her look like she'll just be an elephant.
No, ew, Janako 2, Electric Boogaloo. Oh, they could do Summer Janako as well, because Janako is a CCC character. But they could also give us a Summer Elizabeth, like an actual Summer Liz that you have to gotcha for.
Wow. Can she finally be good?
Yeah,
Damn.
she'd be good.
Damn.
Damn.
I would hope.
Anyways, I have work tomorrow. I also have work the next 4 days.
Okay.
And,
I have to
still
go to
adjusting
the
to that.
airport tomorrow.
Oh,
6
I-
a.m.
do you have
I
to
just
get
have
on the
work
plane
tomorrow.
No,
So-
I don't. It's fixing
Oh.
someone up.
too? Oh, okay. I was saying that as a joke, but okay, that actually clarified something. Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm gonna be busy for the next few days, so
Good
I'm
luck.
gonna be closing off not as late as we normally do. I guess it kind of still is pretty late.
It's
just we started
7:30.
late.
It's pretty late. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I gotta give it time to render, and I still want to get some sleep. So, thank you all so much for watching. We bantered a lot, but there was some debate going on. So, like, I'm
We
still
learned
gonna
a lot
title the
about each
episode.
other.
We learned a lot about each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can't wait to censor the savior and messiah comments just to make people.
It's not gonna
concerned.
flag. I 100% guarantee.
No, but it's funnier. Okay.
No,
it's
no.
funnier.
Then it makes like it sound like I actually said something.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Anyways, thanks. Bye, everyone.
Have a
Goodbye.
good
Bye.
night.